Hi there. How are you doing today?
I'm good, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing great, thanks for asking. I'm a sushi chef here at this Japanese restaurant.
Oh, I see. I'm a Japanese sake bartender here.
That's great. We make a good team. Have you tried any of our sushi rolls?
Yes, I have. Your sushi rolls are amazing. Especially the dragon roll.
Thank you. Our dragon roll is definitely a crowd favorite. Have you tried our sake selection?
Yes, I have. It's amazing too. I particularly like the Junmai Daijinjo.
Ah, I see you have a refined taste. That sake is one of our premium selections.
Yes, I love how smooth and fragrant it is. What do you recommend to pair with it?
I would suggest our sashimi platter. The freshness of the fish will complement the smoothness of the sake.
That sounds like a great idea. I'll definitely give that a try.
Great. And if you want to try something new, we also have a spicy tuna roll that goes well with that sake.
Oh, I'm always up for trying new flavors. I'll add that to my order too.
Awesome. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. By the way, do you know any Japanese phrases?
Yes, a few basic ones. Konnichiwa, arigato, and sayonara.
That's a good start. How about itadakimasu, which means let's eat?
Oh, I didn't know that one. Itadakimasu.
Nice. You're a quick learner. And when you're finished with your meal, you can say gakasasama deshita, which means thank you for the meal.
Got it. Thanks for teaching me. I'll make sure to say it at the end of my meal.
It was my pleasure. I hope you enjoy your food and sake. Let me know if you need anything else.
Will do. Thanks for your help, A. You're a great sushi chef and a helpful assistant.
Thank you, B. You're too kind. Have you heard about ISO 27001 physical security, B?
Yeah, I have. I think it's all about keeping your hardware safe, right?
That's correct. It deals with protecting your physical assets like servers, laptops, and other tech equipment.
Sounds geeky. But it's important, though?
Absolutely. The security of our physical infrastructure is just as crucial as our digital security. We don't want unauthorized access or theft of any equipment.
Got it. So, what are the best practices for physical security?
Basic things like using strong locks, installing surveillance cameras, restricting access to authorized personnel only, and regular maintenance of hardware.
Okay, but what if someone forgets their access card and can't enter the room?
Haha, that can be tricky. We can install an intercom or build a secret handshake club.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. It's like a physical password. Count me in.
Glad to hear it, B. Let's keep our physical security as tight as our digital one. And don't forget to practice the secret handshake. Hey there, B. How's it going?
Hey, A, everything's good. Just trying to optimize our cloud services performance and stability. Any thoughts on that?
Absolutely. There are a few ways we can improve. First, let's check if we're using the right configurations and resources.
True. We can also evaluate the code we're deploying and see if there are any issues that might cause performance degradation.
That's right. We should also make sure the application architecture is suitable for the current traffic and usage patterns.
Good point. Maybe we can leverage load balancing and autoscaling features to distribute the load more effectively.
Definitely. We can also use monitoring tools to gather data about the system's behavior and fine-tune accordingly.
Makes sense. And let's not forget about security and compliance. We can use identity and access management, data encryption, and auditing to ensure a protected cloud environment.
Right. And talking about compliance, we should keep an eye on regulatory requirements and industry standards to stay up to date and avoid penalties.
Excellent. Thanks for the insights, A. With these strategies, we can optimize our cloud services efficiency and stability and make them rock solid.
My pleasure, B. Let's go ahead and implement these and keep our customers happy and satisfied. Hi, B. What are your thoughts on designing a fun and user-friendly social media platform?
Hey, A. I've been thinking about incorporating some playful animations and bright colors to make it more engaging.
That sounds great. I was thinking about implementing some interactive features like polls and quizzes to keep users coming back.
I like that idea. We can also make it easier for users to connect with friends by allowing them to import their social media contacts.
Definitely. And we should also make sure the platform is accessible to a wide range of users, including those with disabilities.
That's an important consideration. We can incorporate features like voiceover and high contrast options for those who need it.
Agreed. And we should also ensure that user privacy is protected at all times.
Absolutely. We can implement strong security measures like two-factor authentication and end-to-end encryption.
What about the user interface? Should we go for a more minimalist approach?
It's always good to keep it simple, but we want to avoid making it boring. We can use a mix of iconography and typography to create a unique look.
I like it. And we can also use a card-based layout for displaying content to provide a clear, organized view.
Yes, that's a good idea. And let's not forget to make the navigation bar easy to reach and use.
Agreed. It should be accessible from any page within the app. This has been a great conversation, B. I can't wait to see our ideas come to life.
Same here, A. I'm excited to work with you to create a social media platform that users will love to use.
Good afternoon, welcome to the Melbourne Museum. I'm A, one of the museum guides. May I know your name?
Hi, my name's B. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, B. Are you interested in any particular exhibit or area of the museum?
I've always been fascinated with Australian history and culture, so I'd love to explore that.
Great choice. Australia has a rich and unique culture. Let's start with our Indigenous Cultures exhibition. It showcases the art, history, and traditions of the Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people.
That sounds interesting. Can you tell me more about it?
Of course. The exhibit features a diverse range of artifacts, from ancient tools and weapons to contemporary art pieces. You'll also learn about the Dreamtime stories and beliefs of the Indigenous people.
Wow, I'm excited to see that. What else can I explore in this museum?
We have a lot of exhibits like the Wild exhibition where you can see Australia's unique wildlife and environment, our Bunjalaka Aboriginal Cultural Centre, and a section on Australia's World War history.
All of that sounds fascinating. How long do you think it would take to see everything?
I'm thinking it will take around 3 hours, but of course, it depends on your interests and pace.
I see. Well, thank you so much for the information. I'm looking forward to exploring everything.
It was my pleasure to assist you, B. If you have any other questions or need further assistance, don't hesitate to ask. Enjoy your experience in the museum. Good evening, B, and welcome to our humble restaurant. Have you tried our special today?
Hello, A. No, I haven't. What's on the menu?
We are serving a delicious pan-seared salmon with buttered asparagus and a side of roasted garlic mashed potatoes. It pairs perfectly with our house champagne.
That sounds heavenly. How about the wine list? Anything particular you would recommend?
Well, our champagne, of course. But if you want to try something else, I suggest our Pinot Noir from the nearby vineyards. It has a lovely black cherry finish.
Wow, you really know your stuff. May I have a taste of the champagne first?
Absolutely. Here's a glass for you. Take a sip and let me know what you think.
This is amazing. I'll definitely have a bottle of this with my dinner.
Great choice. And don't forget to save some room for dessert. We have a creme brulee that is to die for.
Maybe I should skip the potatoes and add the dessert instead.
Huh. That's certainly one way to do it.
I have to say, your recommendations have been spot on. Not to mention the wonderful ambience and service.
Thank you, B. We take pride in providing the best experience for our guests. So, what do you think? Are you ready to place your order?
Definitely. I'll have the pan-seared salmon and a bottle of champagne, please.
Wonderful. Your order will be up shortly. Thank you for choosing our restaurant, and enjoy your meal. Hi B, it's great to see you again. Have you tried this new coffee shop?
Hi A, yes I have. Their coffee is really good. So, let's start with the interview.
Sure, so B, can you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Of course. Well, I'm a musician and I've been performing for about 10 years now. I play the guitar and sing.
That's awesome. Do you have any upcoming gigs?
Yes, I do have a show next week. You should come and check it out.
I definitely will. So, what inspired you to become a musician?
I actually started playing guitar when I was a teenager, and it just became my passion. I love how music can bring people together and create a mood.
I totally agree with you. Speaking of moods, what type of music do you usually play?
I play mostly indie and folk music, but I also like experimenting with different genres.
That's interesting. So, what's the biggest challenge you've faced as a musician?
I think the biggest challenge for me is staying true to myself and my music while still trying to appeal to a wider audience.
That can be tough. Well, thank you for taking the time to talk with us today, B.
Thank you for having me, it was fun. Now, let's finish our coffee.
Hey there. Are you the model for today's shoot?
Yes, that's me. Are you the photographer?
Yep, I'm a travel photographer. My name is Alex.
I'm Sarah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Sarah. Let's start with a few shots against the palm trees.
Sure thing. You're going to make me look like a superstar, right?
Of course. You're a natural in front of the camera.
Thanks, Alex. So, where are you from?
I'm from Australia. How about you?
I'm actually from the United States. What made you want to become a travel photographer?
I've always loved exploring new places and capturing their beauty. Plus, it's a great way to share my experiences with others.
That's really cool. I've always wanted to travel more, but I've been so busy with modeling.
Yeah, I can imagine. It must be tough always being on the go.
It can be, but it's also really exciting. I get to work with so many different photographers and creative teams.
That's true. So, let's move on to the beach shots. Are you ready to get sandy?
Absolutely. Let's do this.
Great. Just walk toward me and let the wind blow your hair a little bit. Perfect.
How's it looking?
Amazing. You're such a natural beauty. Okay, let's switch it up and have you sit on the lifeguard stand.
No problem. Can I take a quick break first, though?
Of course. Need some water or anything?
Water would be great, thanks.
Here you go. So, have you traveled to many different places for modeling?
Yeah, I've been to so many countries. Italy and Japan were two of my favorites.
That sounds incredible. I've never been to Japan, but I've heard it's amazing.
It really is. You should definitely add it to your travel list.
Will do. Okay, let's get back to the shoot. Sit on the lifeguard stand and put your sunglasses on. Perfect.
I love this shot. You're really talented, Alex.
Thank you, Sarah. You're making my job easy. Alright, last shot. Let's have you jump in the air like you're celebrating.
Like this?
Yes, just like that. Okay, I think we got some amazing shots today. Thank you so much for your help, Sarah.
Thank you, Alex. It was a blast. Can't wait to see the photos.
Hey there, B. How's it going?
Pretty good, eh? Just tinkering around with some new language models. What about you?
I'm trying to crunch some numbers on machine learning models for computer vision.
Ah, that sounds complex. Do you have a solid understanding of the algorithms you're using?
Mostly, but there's always more to learn. What kind of models are you working on?
I've been playing with recurrent neural networks for understanding human language better.
That's fascinating. How well do they perform compared to traditional language processing techniques?
In some cases, they can be more effective for tasks like sentiment analysis and speech recognition.
It's amazing how much progress we're making in this field. What kind of applications do you think these models will be used for in the future?
I think we'll see a lot more natural language conversations with chatbots and assistants, as well as improvements in translation and text summarization.
Yeah, I can definitely see those being really useful. But what about the potential for these models to become too advanced and outstrip human abilities?
It's definitely a concern, but for the foreseeable future, I think we're still a long way off from that point.
That's a relief. And on a lighter note, have you seen any good movies lately?
Actually, I saw a really funny rom-com that had some great dialogue. How about you?
I caught an action movie with some pretty intense fight scenes. But now I'm thinking that we should work on a language model that can write us our own movie script.
Haha, sounds like a plan. Let's get to it.
Hi B, it's great to be working with you on this project for the insurance company.
Absolutely, I'm looking forward to collaborating with you on how we can leverage machine learning to improve efficiency and accuracy of claims.
Yes, and I was thinking that we could use a supervised learning algorithm to help automate the claims process.
Good idea. We could use historical data to train the algorithm to make predictions on new claims.
That's right. And we could also use natural language processing to extract relevant information from claim forms, making the process even smoother.
Another thing we could consider is unsupervised learning. We could use it to detect any potential fraud or anomalies in the claim data.
Yes, and that could save the insurance company a significant amount of money in the long run.
Definitely. And we could also use deep learning to analyze images of damaged property, which could help us determine the true extent of the damage.
That sounds like it could be a game changer. All in all, with the help of machine learning, we can really streamline the claims process and make it more accurate.
Absolutely. And just think, we'll be doing our part to make life a little easier for insurance customers everywhere.
Hi B, how's your day going?
It's been good so far. I've been working on this source code analysis tool, but I've hit a few roadblocks.
That's all right. What kind of roadblocks are you running into?
Well, the tool identified some significant security vulnerabilities in our code base. I'm a bit overwhelmed trying to figure out how to fix them.
I see. Have you tried prioritizing the vulnerabilities based on their severity and how easily they can be exploited?
Yes, but it's challenging to know which ones to focus on first. They all seem equally critical to me.
What about collaborating with other developers on the team to fix them together?
That's a great idea. I'll set up a meeting later this week to discuss it with the team.
Awesome. You could also consider reaching out to the developers who wrote the affected code to get their input.
Yes, it's always helpful to get different perspectives. Thanks for your advice, A.
No problem, B. Just remember to take it one step at a time. You'll get it sorted out. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
Actually, now that you mention it, have you seen that new Netflix show everyone's been talking about?
Which one?
You know, the one about the woman who can talk to animals.
Oh, I've heard of that, but haven't watched it yet. Is it any good?
It's hilarious. You should definitely check it out.
I'll add it to my watch list. Thanks for the recommendation, B. Hi coach, what's on today's workout plan?
Hey there. I thought we could do some beach sprints and agility drills to work on your speed and agility.
Sounds good to me. How many sets should we do?
Let's start with 3 sets of 10 to 15-second sprints with a minute break in between each set, and then move on to some cone drills.
All right, let's get to it. Take a deep breath and start sprinting.
Great job. Keep those knees high and drive those arms. Now let's move on to some lateral cone drills.
Start shuffling from cone to cone. This is harder than it looks.
It definitely takes some practice, but you'll get the hang of it. Make sure to stay low and keep your balance.
Finishes the drills. Phew, that was a workout. Thanks for pushing me, coach.
Of course. You're doing great, and I'm here to help you reach your full potential.
So, coach, any advice for how to improve my form?
One thing to keep in mind is to stay relaxed and not tense up too much. Also, try to land on the balls of your feet instead of your heels when sprinting.
That's really helpful, thanks coach. Can't wait for the next training session.
Me too, A. See you next time.
Hi there. As a database manager, I think we can use big data to increase our retail sales. Are you a data mining engineer, B?
Yes, I am. I'm excited to hear about this. What ideas do you have in mind?
Well, we can use data analytics to track customer behavior and preferences, and then tailor our products to fit their needs.
That's a great idea. We can also use predictive modeling to forecast which products will be in high demand, and then make sure we have enough inventory to meet those demands.
Exactly. And we can also use machine learning algorithms to personalize our marketing campaigns and advertisements for each customer based on their buying history.
I couldn't agree more. We can also analyze data from social media platforms to uncover new marketing opportunities and target our advertising to specific audiences.
Yes, that's right. We can also use sales data to identify our high-performing products and create bundling deals to increase their sales even more.
Oh, and don't forget the power of pricing optimization. We can use data analysis to adjust our pricing strategies based on customer behavior and external market factors.
You're absolutely right. There are so many possibilities with big data analytics. I'm excited to see the results we can achieve with all of these techniques.
Me too. Let's get started and see our sales skyrocket.
Good day, sir. Where can I take you today?
Hi there. Just to the CBD, please.
No worries. Is this your first time in Perth?
Yes, it is. Do you have any recommendations or must-see places in the city?
Absolutely. If you're into arts and culture, I'd suggest visiting the Art Gallery of Western Australia or the Perth Cultural Centre.
That sounds interesting. What about food? Any good places to eat?
Definitely. You can try out Jamie's Italian or Varnish on King for some delicious meals.
Great recommendations. So, how long have you been driving taxis around Perth?
Oh, for quite a while now. I've been driving taxis here for about 10 years.
That's impressive. Have you ever had any unique or interesting experiences with your passengers?
Yes, I have. I once had a passenger who was a famous musician and he even serenaded me during the ride.
Wow, that must have been memorable for you. So, do you enjoy being a taxi driver?
Yes, I do. It's a great way to meet new people and explore the city.
Well, you definitely seem to know a lot about Perth. Are you a Perth native?
Yes, I am. I was born and raised here.
Nice. So, can you tell me a little bit more about Perth? What makes it different from other cities in Australia?
Well, Perth is known for its beautiful beaches, fantastic weather, and vibrant nightlife. It also has a thriving arts and culture scene.
That all sounds amazing. I'll definitely have to check it out. Thanks for the ride and the recommendations.
You're welcome. It was nice chatting with you. Have a great day. Good morning. What can I get for you today?
Hi. I'm not quite sure what I want. What do you recommend?
Well, our most popular drinks are lattes and cappuccinos. Would you like one of those?
I'm not a huge fan of milk. Do you have anything without it?
Of course, we have a variety of black coffee options like espresso, Americano, or pour-over. Do you want something strong or mild?
Something mild, I think.
How about a pour-over? It's a lighter roast and has a smooth taste.
That sounds great. Can I get it with a little bit of honey?
Absolutely. And would you like anything to eat with that?
Do you have any pastries?
Yes, we do. We have croissants, muffins, and scones.
I'll take a blueberry muffin, please.
Wonderful. That'll be right up. Do you need anything else, or would you just like to enjoy your delicious coffee and muffin?
No, that's all. Thank you.
You're welcome. Please enjoy your order and have a great day. Don't hesitate to come back if you need anything else. Hey, have you seen the latest ISO 27001 Vulnerability Assessment Report?
Yeah, I checked it out yesterday. It's quite interesting.
Really? I thought it was pretty dry.
Well, maybe it's just because I'm a cybersecurity geek.
Haha, fair enough. So, what did you think of the report?
It showed some pretty severe vulnerabilities in our system.
Uh-oh, that doesn't sound good.
Yeah, it's definitely something we need to address as soon as possible.
Do you have any ideas on how to fix them?
Well, we could start by patching our software and updating our firewalls.
Good idea. But what about more complex vulnerabilities?
We might need to hire an outside consultant to help us out with those.
That's a good point. But won't that be expensive?
It will be, but it's better to be safe than sorry.
True. So, when do you think we should start working on this?
ASAP, of course. The longer we wait, the more vulnerable we become.
You're right. Let's schedule a meeting to discuss this further.
Sounds like a plan. I'll send out an invite now.
Great, thanks. I'll see you there.
See you then.
Hey there, B. How's it going with the flower arrangement today?
Hi, A. It's going great. I picked up some fresh blooms from the market this morning. How about you? How's the baking going?
Fantastic. The kitchen smells amazing. I just took a batch of chocolate croissants out of the oven.
Yum. That's one of my favorite pastries. Hey, have you thought about adding some edible flowers as toppings?
That's a brilliant idea. We can even match the flower toppings with the actual flowers in the shop. Do you have any recommendations?
Sure thing. How about some lavender or rose petals? They look gorgeous and taste great too.
Perfect. I'll add those to my shopping list for next time. Speaking of which, have you ever tried baking yourself?
Actually, I have. But it didn't turn out as good as I hoped. I'm better at making floral arrangements.
Don't worry, I'm sure you'll get better with practice. Speaking of which, have you thought about hosting a flower arranging workshop at our cafe?
Yes, that's a great idea. We can have our customers enjoy their treats while learning some flower arranging skills.
I'll get in touch with our manager and see if we can make it happen. Do you think you can make little flower arrangements to put on our pastry counter?
Of course. I think it's a nice touch that will make our shop stand out even more.
All right, it's settled then. Our cafe will not just offer delicious treats, but also beautiful flowers and floral arrangement workshops. Thanks for your awesome suggestions, B.
Thank you, A. It's always fun collaborating with you. Looking forward to more delicious treats and beautiful blooms in the future.
Hey. I heard you and your son played baseball last weekend. How was it?
Yes, we did. It was his first time playing and it was so much fun.
That's great. Did you teach him any cool moves?
Haha, I tried, but I'm not sure if he was listening. He was more interested in throwing the ball around.
Well, as long as he had a good time, that's all that matters. Did he hit any home runs?
Not quite yet, but he did manage to hit the ball a few times. I was impressed with his hand-eye coordination.
Awesome. Maybe he'll become the next Babe Ruth.
Who knows? But it was nice to spend some quality time with my son and teach him something new.
Absolutely. It's always great to bond over sports and outdoor activities.
Yes, and it's important for kids to get some fresh air and exercise instead of being stuck inside all day.
Totally agree. Plus, it's a great way for them to burn off some energy.
And also learn the value of teamwork and coordination.
Yes, sports can teach kids so many valuable skills.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe one day he'll play on a real baseball team.
That would be amazing. You never know where life will take him.
So true. For now, I'm just grateful for the fun memories we created together.
And who knows, maybe he'll be telling his kids about the time he played baseball with his dad.
That would be the ultimate dream. Thanks for chatting with me about it. It's really reminded me of how special that day was.
Hey B, how's it going?
Not too bad. Just trying to optimize our database's performance.
Oh, I can definitely help with that. What specific issues are you facing?
Well, it seems like our queries are taking too long to complete.
Have you considered indexing your database?
Yes, we have. But we're hesitant to add too many indexes because it can slow down write operations.
That's definitely a trade-off. Perhaps you could use a tool to monitor which queries are running slowly and optimize them individually?
That's a good idea. Do you know of any good tools for that?
I personally like using Query Analyzer. It's easy to use and provides detailed information about query performance.
Thanks for the recommendation. I'll check it out.
No problem. Another thing you can do is make sure your server hardware is up to date and properly configured.
That's true, we should definitely check that as well. Thanks for all your help, A.
Of course, happy to assist. Let me know if you need any more advice. Good morning everyone, let's start our stand-up meeting for today. B, how's your progress on the website design?
Hey A, good morning. I've been making some great progress with the layout and styling of the site. I'm excited to show you the latest version.
That's great to hear. Have you encountered any challenges in the process?
Not really, although I did get carried away with some animation effects that may have caused some delay.
I see. Well, we can discuss about it during our team meeting later this afternoon. Are there any blockers or dependencies that you need to highlight?
No, everything seems good so far. I'm ready to push out the updates to the staging server.
Perfect. By the way, have you tried the new coffee shop nearby? I heard their latte art is amazing.
Really? I haven't had a chance to check it out yet. Maybe we can all grab a cup of coffee together during our break.
Sounds like a great idea. Alright, let's wrap up our stand-up meeting here. Keep up the good work everyone. Good morning. How's your day going so far?
Good morning to you too. It's been busy, but I love it. How about you?
Same here, it's great to be creating something delicious for people. Did you get a chance to try our new sourdough bread?
Yes, I did. It's amazing. It pairs perfectly with a cup of coffee.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Speaking of coffee, what do you recommend for today?
Today's special is a caramel macchiato with a sprinkle of cinnamon on top. It's the perfect pick-me-up for this chilly weather.
That sounds tempting. I'll definitely have to try it. So how long have you been a barista?
I've been a barista for about 4 years now. It's been fun working with different coffee beans and perfecting latte art.
Wow, that's impressive. I'm still learning the art of baking, but I love experimenting with new flavors and textures.
That's great to hear. I love trying different types of bread too. Do you have any recommendations for me to try?
Our cinnamon raisin bread is a fan favorite, and the croissants are baked fresh every morning.
Oh, I can smell the croissants right now. They smell heavenly.
Thank you, we take pride in our baking. We want our customers to always have a delightful experience.
Well, I can definitely attest to that. Your pastries always brighten my day.
It's always great to hear that our hard work pays off. Thank you for the kind words. Hey, have you ever tried massaman curry before?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
Absolutely. It's my go-to dish when I'm craving something spicy and savory.
I'm more of a sweet tooth type. How spicy are we talking?
Well, it's a Thai dish, so it's definitely got a kick to it. But the flavors balance out the spice really well.
That sounds promising. What's in it?
It's typically made with coconut milk, peanuts, potatoes, and chicken or beef. But some versions also have cinnamon or cardamom for an extra burst of flavor.
Wow, that sounds like a party in my mouth.
You can say that again. And it's really customizable too. You can add more veggies or tofu to make it healthier.
I might have to try it then. Where's the best place to get it around here?
There's a great Thai place down the street that serves really authentic massaman curry. Want to go together sometime?
Absolutely. I'm always down for new food experiences. Thanks for introducing me to it.
No problem, happy to share my love for good food. Let's go. Hello, I couldn't help but notice you are looking at some business management books. Are you in the same line of work as me?
Yes, I am a business consultant. What about you?
I am a senior advisor for a top consulting firm. It seems we have similar professions. Have you seen any interesting business strategies lately?
The most interesting thing I've seen lately is a company that uses artificial intelligence to predict market trends. It has been very successful.
That's impressive. It's amazing how fast technology is advancing. Have you tried implementing AI in any of your clients' companies yet?
Yes, we have implemented AI in a few companies. However, it's important to ensure it complements the business strategy, not replace it.
I completely agree. It's essential to keep the human touch when it comes to business. AI, after all, is only a tool. How do you usually work with your clients?
It varies from client to client, but usually, we start with a detailed analysis of their current situation, pinpoint their flaws, and propose a feasible solution.
Sounds challenging. If you don't mind me asking, what do you think is the most difficult part of the job?
I think communicating with clients is the hardest part. Sometimes they don't understand the process, which can create misunderstandings.
I can relate. Communication is indeed important in our field. It takes a lot of effort to get to the root of the client's problems and develop a plan that works for them.
Yes, it can be challenging, but it's also very rewarding. Helping businesses succeed is a satisfying feeling.
I completely agree. It's a fulfilling job, knowing that what we do really makes a difference. Do you have any plans for your next project?
Yes, my next project is for a company that has seen a decrease in revenue due to the pandemic. It's an exciting challenge.
That sounds interesting. Good luck with your project. It's been great talking to you.
Thank you, likewise. Have a pleasant flight.
Hi B, how's it going?
Not too bad, eh? What brings you here today?
I was wondering if you could share your thoughts on deploying bank applications in the cloud.
Sure thing, eh? What specifically would you like to know?
Well, I'm curious about the steps involved in setting up a cloud environment for banking apps.
There are a few key considerations. It's important to choose a cloud platform that offers compliance and security features tailored to the banking industry.
That makes sense. What about managing the applications once they're deployed?
You'll need to configure continuous integration and delivery pipelines to ensure fast and reliable updates. Automation is key.
Got it. And what about scaling? How can we ensure the cloud environment can handle increases in traffic?
Auto-scaling features can be built into the cloud infrastructure. That way, the environment can automatically adjust to handle demand spikes.
Makes sense. What about data security? That's a big concern for banks.
Absolutely. Data needs to be protected both when stored and in transit. Encryption is a must-have.
Good to know. And what challenges have you seen when deploying cloud solutions for banking apps?
Compliance requirements can be a big challenge, especially when it comes to data residency and privacy laws. It's important to work closely with legal teams.
Makes sense. And what about training and support for teams working with the cloud environment?
Yeah, that's important too. It's crucial to provide adequate training, documentation, and support to help teams get up to speed.
Great advice. Thanks, B. This has been really helpful.
No problem, eh? It's always good to talk shop with a fellow cloud enthusiast.
Absolutely. We should do this again sometime.
For sure. Let's catch up soon.
Hey there, buddy. How are you doing today?
Hey man, I'm good. What brings you here?
I've been thinking about implementing some machine vision technology to our production line. Can you give me some advice on that?
Absolutely. What kind of product are you manufacturing?
We produce snacks, candies, and chocolates. Any ideas regarding that?
It sounds interesting. How about we implement a camera system with object detection and classification to recognize the packaged products?
That's a great idea. What else can we do with the image processing technology?
We can also use optical character recognition, OCR, to read the product labels and adjust the production process accordingly.
Oh wow, that could be really helpful. What sort of sensors will work best with the system?
Well, we could use RGB and infrared cameras and capacitive sensors, depending on what we need to detect.
Sounds a bit complicated, doesn't it?
It's not actually that bad. We just need to integrate these sensors with your existing machinery and have them communicate with each other.
Cool. Do you have any suggestions to optimize the efficiency of the system?
Yeah, we can use algorithms and artificial intelligence to minimize errors and downtime on the production line.
That's amazing. Can we control the machines remotely?
Of course. We can also have a user interface that allows you to remotely monitor and control the equipment.
Great. How much time and money do you think we need to implement this?
It will take about 6 months and it's going to cost around $100,000 to $200,000, depending on the complexity of the system.
That's doable. Let's get the ball rolling and make our production line more efficient.
I'm excited to get started. Let's make some sweet treats without the hassle.
Hi there. Excuse me, is this seat taken?
Nope, feel free to sit down. Are you studying for something in particular?
Yes, actually. I'm a data analyst focusing on medical diagnosis. And I'm always looking for ways to improve my work through technology.
Oh, wow. That's a really interesting field. I work in artificial intelligence, and we often collaborate with medical professionals. Maybe I can help with your problem?
That would be amazing. So, let's say for instance, I want to improve the accuracy of diagnosing a disease. How can machine learning help?
Well, machine learning can analyze large quantities of data and learn from patterns. For example, if you feed the system lots of data on certain symptoms and diagnoses, it can start to recognize similar patterns in future cases and make better predictions.
That's fascinating. But what if it gets something wrong?
That's always a possibility, but we can make the system more accurate over time by fine-tuning it with more data and feedback from medical professionals.
I see. I guess it's important to have a balance between using technology and the expertise of human doctors.
Absolutely. Technology can assist doctors, but it can't replace them completely. Plus, we need to make sure that any machine learning models are ethically and equitably designed.
That's a great point. Do you think there are any potential downsides to using this kind of technology in medicine?
There's always a risk of bias or error, especially if the data fed into the system isn't diverse or representative of the population. And of course, there are privacy concerns around the collection and use of medical data.
Right, those are definitely important considerations. It seems like there's a lot to think about before implementing machine learning in the medical field.
Yes, but it's an exciting and potentially transformative area of research. And as long as we approach it with careful consideration and collaboration, we can improve medical diagnosis for everyone.
I couldn't agree more. Thanks so much for your insights. This has been a really interesting and helpful conversation.
You're welcome, anytime. Don't hesitate to reach out if you have any more questions or if you want to collaborate on a project.
Hey B, have you heard about the new network engineer we hired?
Of course, I have. He's a wizard with networks. What about him?
Well, the education institution wants us to optimize the school's network system. Do you think he can help us out?
I'm positive he can. We can collaborate and come up with a better plan for the school's network.
That's great to hear. I was thinking about getting an external consultant, but it's better to have someone in-house.
Exactly. It's better to have someone who understands the school's network infrastructure than to hire someone who has to learn about it.
Do you think we should treat him to lunch to welcome him to the team?
That's an excellent idea. I'm sure he'll appreciate it. We can also discuss the school's network system over lunch.
Should we go to the new Italian place that just opened down the street?
Why not? The food there is exquisite. We can talk about everything we need to discuss while enjoying some delicious pasta.
Do you think we should bring up the issue about students accessing inappropriate sites on the school's network system during our discussion?
Definitely. We need to find a solution to that problem, but let's not bring it up during lunch. We can discuss that later in the office.
Sounds like a plan. I'm excited to work with the new network engineer and optimize the school's network.
Me too. Let's crush it.
Hey B, have you heard about the new project we're working on?
No, what is it?
It's an application for online booking and boarding for an airline company.
Sounds interesting. What's our role in this project?
Well, you'll be the database administrator, and I'll be the network engineer. We have to figure out how to make the application function seamlessly.
That'll be quite a challenge, but I'm up for it.
Great to hear that. I was thinking of integrating fingerprint recognition for a faster check-in process.
That's a smart idea. We also need to find a way to protect passengers' information while making it easily accessible.
Right. Maybe we can use a multi-factor authentication system.
And we should also make sure the database can handle a large volume of transactions during peak hours.
Definitely. We don't want the system crashing during the busiest travel seasons.
This project is going to be a hoot.
Yeah, it'll be cool to see our efforts take off.
I see what you did there. Nice one, hey.
Haha, I couldn't resist. Let's get started on this exciting project. Hey, do you know anything about the local food in Cairns, Australia? I'm heading there for vacation soon.
Of course. Cairns has some amazing dishes that you have to try. Have you heard of the Cairns mud crab?
No, I haven't. What's that?
It's exactly what it sounds like, a type of crab found in the muddy waters surrounding Cairns. It's cooked in all sorts of ways, stir-fried, steamed, and even served with pasta.
That sounds really unique. Any other dishes I should try while I'm there?
Definitely try the Australian meat pies. They're a staple food in the country, and there are plenty of varieties to choose from in Cairns.
I've heard about that before, but I've never had it. What's in it?
It's a pastry filled with meat and gravy. You can add vegetables or cheese to it too.
Yum, that sounds delicious. Is there anything to try for dessert?
You have to try the Tim Tam Slam. It's a chocolate biscuit that you dip into a hot beverage, like tea or coffee, and then eat. It's messy, but so worth it.
I can't wait to try all of these dishes. Is there anything you don't like?
Well, there's Vegemite. It's a spread that Australians love, but it's an acquired taste. I can't stand it personally.
Good to know. I'll make sure to avoid that one. Any other recommendations for my trip to Cairns?
Absolutely. Take a scenic railway ride through the rainforest or go on a snorkeling tour at the Great Barrier Reef. And don't forget to take a dip in the crystal clear waters of Mossman Gorge.
Wow, there's so much to do there. Thanks for all the tips.
Of course, have an amazing trip and enjoy all the amazing food Cairns has to offer.
Hey B, great to see you. So, what brings you here today?
Hey A, I have been working on a project that involves processing a massive amount of data. And I was wondering if cloud technology could be helpful.
Absolutely, cloud technology is perfect for managing and processing large volumes of data. What kind of data are you working with?
I am analyzing social media data, including text and images, to identify customer trends and sentiments.
Interesting. That's a lot of data to go through. Cloud technology offers scalable and flexible solutions that can handle that kind of data processing.
Yes, I know. I was wondering if there is any specific cloud service that you would recommend.
Well, it depends on your specific needs. For instance, you could consider Amazon Web Services or Google Cloud Platform.
I see. What are the costs associated with these cloud services?
They offer various pricing models, depending on the usage and the amount of data processing needed. But they offer affordable services to cater to a range of budgets.
That's helpful. Thanks, A.
No problem. Do you need any help setting up your cloud solution and integrating your data?
Yes, that would be great. I am new to cloud technology, and I could use some guidance.
Sure, we could work together to set up your cloud system and transfer your data. This is going to be a fun project.
I'm glad to hear that. I'm excited to learn more about the possibilities of cloud technology and how it can be applied to my field of work.
Awesome, let's dive in and explore what the cloud can do for you. I'm looking forward to working with you. Hey, have you been thinking about taking any certification courses lately?
Yeah, I've been looking into some training programs at a few different places. Have you found anything interesting?
Actually, I just started checking out this new training center that offers exam prep courses for a bunch of different certifications. Have you heard of it?
Not sure. What's the name of the place?
It's called Certify Me Academy. They have courses for everything from PMP to Six Sigma.
Oh cool, I've been thinking about getting my PMP certification. How are the instructors there?
So far, they seem really knowledgeable and experienced. They also provide a ton of prep materials and practice exams.
That sounds great. What's the schedule like for the courses?
You can either take the courses in person or online, and they have sessions in both the daytime and evening.
That's convenient. How much does it cost?
It's a bit on the pricey side, but I think it's worth it for the quality of the training. Plus, they offer a money-back guarantee if you don't pass the exam.
Sounds like a good investment. Have you signed up for a course yet?
Not yet, but I'm thinking about signing up for the Six Sigma course next month. Want to join me?
Sure, why not? I've heard that Six Sigma is really valuable in the job market these days.
Definitely. And if we both pass the exam, we can celebrate with some well-deserved drinks.
Sounds like a plan. Cheers to our future certifications.
Hey B, have you heard about the ISO 27001 Security Operations Center, SOC?
Yes, A. It's a security standard for information security management.
Exactly. Have you ever worked with SOC before?
Yeah. I've had some experience working with SOC procedures. What about you?
I'm still learning about it. Can you give me some pointers?
Sure. SOC provides a framework for security operations for organizations.
Interesting. What kind of benefits does SOC bring to organizations?
Well, it helps in identifying and addressing security risks, intrusion attempts, and alerts.
That sounds amazing. So what kind of skills do you need to work in a SOC team?
You need to have a strong understanding of security protocols and monitoring procedures.
I see. Sounds like it's a very challenging work environment.
Yes, but if you're up for the challenge, it's definitely worth it.
Have you ever faced any difficulties while working in SOC?
The workload can get pretty high sometimes, and you need to be constantly alert for potential threats.
Yikes, it sounds intense. Do you have any advice for someone who's just starting out?
Be patient and always keep an open mind to learning new things. It's a never-ending process.
Thanks for the advice, B. Do you think SOC is the future of information security?
Yes, definitely. As cyber threats become more sophisticated, organizations will need to invest in strong security operations.
Wow, I never realized how important SOC is. Thanks for enlightening me, B.
No problem, A. It's always good to spread awareness about information security.
Good evening. I am a wine expert and I will be assisting you with your wine selection tonight.
Excellent. Our guests are looking for a perfect wine to pair with the special menu tonight.
Of course. Can you please tell me more about the dishes they will be having?
They will be having an appetizer of seared scallops, a main course of grilled lamb, and a dessert of raspberry sorbet.
Sounds delicious. For the scallops, I recommend a crisp and refreshing Sauvignon Blanc.
And for the lamb?
A full-bodied Cabernet Sauvignon with a hint of spice will pair perfectly with the lamb.
What about the raspberry sorbet?
A rose with a hint of sweetness will balance the tartness of the sorbet.
That all sounds perfect. Thank you so much for your expertise.
It was my pleasure. Enjoy your meal and wine. Hey B, how are you doing?
Hey A, I'm doing well. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good too. I'm really excited about this project we're working on.
Yeah, me too. It's definitely going to be a challenge though.
For sure. So, what are your thoughts on how we can design a more efficient server architecture?
Well, I think we should really focus on load balancing and autoscaling to handle the high traffic we're expecting.
Agreed. And we should definitely consider containerizing our applications to make deployment and management easier.
Absolutely. And what do you think about implementing a CDN to reduce latency and improve overall user experience?
That's a great idea. We should definitely look into that.
Also, we should make sure to implement proper caching to decrease the number of requests to our servers and reduce load on the database.
Definitely. And speaking of databases, do you think we should consider sharding or partitioning?
Yes, that would definitely help distribute database workload and improve performance.
Awesome, I think we've got a solid plan here.
Yes, we do. But we also shouldn't forget to keep monitoring and optimizing our architecture for better performance.
Agreed. We can't sit back and relax once everything is set up.
That's right. Always room for improvement.
Well, it was great discussing all of this with you, B.
Same here, A. I'm excited to see how this project turns out.
Definitely. See you soon.
Bye.
Hey, B. I heard we're working on building a new financial data platform.
Yes, we are. It's going to be a massive database with a lot of security measures in place.
That sounds pretty heavy duty. Do you think we'll be able to handle all of the new data that comes in?
Sure, we're using some of the newest technologies and protocols to make sure that we're scaling appropriately.
That's pretty cool. What's the most interesting thing you've learned while working on this project?
I think it's fascinating to see how much data we can analyze to help create accurate financial predictions.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, have you seen the new coffee machine in the break room? It's amazing.
Funny you should mention that. I just got myself a cup before coming here. It's a lifesaver during long coding sessions.
I'm definitely going to have to check that out. Have you ever spilled coffee on your keyboard before while working?
Oh, yeah. We all have at some point. It's just a rite of passage for working in tech.
Haha, that's so true. All right, back to business. How do we ensure the security of the new platform?
Well, we're implementing complex encryption and access control methods. And of course, we're consistent in keeping our software up to date.
Impressive. That means we're going to be keeping up with the latest security standards. Thanks for shedding some light on that.
No problem. Speaking of light, pointing outside, looks like it's going to be a bright day ahead.
Yes. Absolutely. Currently, the sun is shining and the flowers look gorgeous. We should take a walk later during lunch break.
Sounds like a plan. Nothing beats the sunshine and fresh air to help charge us up for the second half of the day.
Hey, B. How's your night going?
Pretty busy tonight, eh? Lots of customers wanting some delicious cocktails.
Yeah, it's definitely a popular spot. What are some of your most requested cocktails?
The old-fashioned and margaritas seem to be the go-to drinks tonight.
Oh, those are great classics. Do you have any secret ingredients or special tricks to make them stand out?
Well, I always use freshly squeezed lime juice for the margaritas and infuse the old-fashioned with orange peel for an extra burst of flavor.
That sounds delicious. Have you ever created your own signature cocktail?
Yeah, actually. It's called the Bee's Knees, and it's made with gin, honey, and freshly squeezed lemon juice.
I might have to try that one next time I come to the bar. Speaking of honey, do you have any funny customer stories to share?
One time, a customer tried to order a honeybee cocktail and ended up asking for a horny bee instead. We all had a good laugh.
Laughs, that's hilarious. It's always fun to have a good sense of humor in the bar. Do you have any favorite type of music to listen to when you're working?
I love playing some classic jazz or blues music. It creates a great ambience and fits the vibe of the bar.
Absolutely, music can definitely add to the overall experience. All right, let's get back to making some awesome cocktails for our customers.
You got it, eh? Let's show them what we've got.
Hi there. Welcome to the Gold Coast. My name is A, and I'll be your real estate agent today. Are there any particular kinds of homes you're interested in seeing?
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm B, and I'm looking for a cozy home with a beach view. Do you have any suggestions?
Of course. We have some beautiful homes with stunning beach views. How about we start with this one? It's a charming seaside cottage with a lovely veranda overlooking the ocean.
Wow, this looks amazing. I love the rustic feel of the woodwork. What's the price range like for homes like this?
Well, this particular home is priced at $500,000. But don't worry, we can negotiate and make an offer that suits your budget.
Sounds good. Would it be possible to see the inside of the house?
Absolutely, let's take a look. As you can see, the living room is spacious and airy. The large windows let in plenty of natural light and give you a great view of the ocean.
This is perfect. I can see myself sipping coffee here in the morning and watching the waves. Are there any other homes we can check out?
Sure thing. Let me show you this modern beach house we have. It has a minimalist design with floor-to-ceiling windows that give you breathtaking views of the ocean.
Oh wow, this is truly stunning. I love how the natural light floods the entire house. How much is this house listed for?
This house is priced at $750,000. It's definitely pricier than the previous house, but it's worth every penny.
Makes sense, but I'm definitely going to need some time to think about it. I'll let you know when I'm ready to make an offer.
No worries, feel free to take your time. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to contact me. It was great to meet you, B.
Likewise, hey. Thank you for showing me around. Have a good day.
Hey there, Doc. Good to see you on the farm again. How's everything going with the other animals?
Hi there. It's always great to visit your farm. I've been treating a few cows for some minor infections. But overall, everyone seems to be in good health.
That's great to hear. With the weather getting warmer, I want to make sure my animals are healthy and happy. Do you have any tips?
Certainly. Make sure they have access to plenty of clean water and a balanced diet. Regular checkups are essential too. It's always better to be proactive than reactive.
That's a good point. I've been considering adding some supplements to their diet. What do you think?
Supplements can be beneficial, but it's important to know which vitamins and minerals they are lacking in. Too much of a good thing can be harmful, so it's essential to consult with a professional before making any changes.
Thanks for the advice, Document. How do you recommend we control parasites like ticks and fleas?
There are a variety of methods we can use, such as insecticides or managing the environment to reduce exposure. Additionally, regular grooming and inspection can help identify and prevent any infestations.
That's good to know. I'll make sure to keep an eye out and keep my farm as clean as possible. I appreciate your help, Doc.
Always happy to help, Farmer A. Don't hesitate to call me if you need anything. And keep up the good work maintaining the health and care of your animals.
Excuse me, do you mind if I turn on some music?
Not at all. Feel free to play whatever you like.
Thanks. Let's see. How about some classic rock?
Oh, I love classic rock. Who's your favorite band?
It's hard to pick just one. I really like Queen and Led Zeppelin.
Those are both great choices. Have you seen the Bohemian Rhapsody movie?
Yes, I loved it. Rami Malek did an amazing job as Freddie Mercury.
I couldn't agree with you more. What other kind of music do you like?
I'm really into jazz and blues as well. How about you?
I love blues music. B.B. King is one of my all-time favorites.
Yeah, B.B. King is awesome. Have you ever been to a blues festival?
Actually, I have. I went to the Chicago Blues Festival a few years ago and it was amazing. Have you ever been?
No, but I would love to go someday. That sounds like a lot of fun.
It definitely was. Speaking of festivals, have you ever been to the Dragon Boat Festival in Nanjing?
No, I haven't. Is it a big event?
Yes, it's huge. People come from all over the world to see the races and enjoy the festivities.
That sounds really interesting. I'll have to check it out next year.
It's definitely worth checking out. Nanjing has so many great cultural events and attractions.
I'm really excited to explore the city. Do you have any recommendations for places to visit?
Well, the Sun Yat-sen Mausoleum is a must-see. And if you're interested in history, the Nanjing Massacre Memorial Hall is also very important.
Thank you for the recommendations. This is going to be a great trip.
You're welcome. It was great chatting with you. Enjoy your stay in Nanjing.
Hey, have you heard about the new hotel service? They now offer room service and laundry, isn't that cool?
Really? I didn't know that. I might consider staying there next time I travel.
Yeah, it's perfect for people who are always on the go and need some extra help.
Definitely. Speaking of which, do they have a menu available for room service?
Of course. They have a variety of options, from breakfast to dinner, and you can order anytime you want.
That's awesome. What about laundry service? Do they have it on site?
Yes, they do. You can leave your clothes at the front desk before 9 a.m. and they'll have it cleaned and delivered back to your room by the end of the day.
Wow, that's convenient. I might have to take advantage of that.
You should. Especially if you're traveling for work and don't have time to do laundry yourself.
That's true. Do you know if they charge extra for those services?
From what I know, prices vary depending on what you order. But I think it's reasonably priced for the convenience they offer.
Good to know. I hate going out and finding somewhere to eat after a long day of traveling.
Same here. That's why I always try to choose hotels that have good room service.
Yeah, now I see why. It's way more relaxing to stay in and not have to worry about anything.
Absolutely. And the best part is you can still get great service without leaving your room.
You're right. I'm sold. I think I'll check out that hotel next time I'm in town.
Great idea. Let me know how it goes. Hi there. I am a fisheries statistician. Nice to meet you.
Hi, I am a government official responsible for fisheries management. Nice to meet you too.
I was thinking if we could improve the methods for fish population estimation to get accurate data regarding fishery resources.
That sounds like a good idea. Do you have any specific suggestions?
Yes, we could perhaps use acoustic and/or video technology on boats to monitor fish populations in real time, instead of relying on manual observations.
That seems like a good option. We could also provide incentives for fishermen to report their catches accurately to help us in our monitoring efforts.
Absolutely. In addition, we could create a centralized database of fishing operations to better track and manage the industry.
Yes, and it could also help detect any fishery violations, ensuring that fish are not illegally harvested.
That's right. And we could also conduct regular surveys of fishing communities to get a better understanding of their needs and challenges.
I agree. This would help us to tailor our policies and regulations to address the specific needs of different communities.
It seems like we are making good progress here. Do you think we should also consider setting up training programs for fishermen and other industry players to educate them on responsible and sustainable fishing practices?
Definitely. This will ensure that the fishery resources are managed in a sustainable manner in the long run.
I am glad we are on the same page. With these strategies in place, we can work together to improve the management of the fisheries industry and make it more sustainable for future generations.
Absolutely. Thank you for your suggestions. It was great talking to you.
So, B, did you enjoy your diving lesson with me in the Great Barrier Reef?
Absolutely. It was such an amazing experience. I can't believe I got to see so many beautiful coral reefs.
I'm glad to hear that. It's one of the many reasons why people flock to the Great Barrier Reef to dive. And you were such a natural in the water too.
Oh, thank you. I have to give credit to your excellent instructions. You made me feel so comfortable even though it was my first time diving.
It's all in day's work for a dive instructor like me. But let's not forget the most important part of the lesson, safety first.
Of course. Safety is a top priority. I appreciate how you made sure we followed all the necessary rules and precautions.
And we couldn't resist taking some awesome selfies underwater, right?
Yes, those photos are going to be some of my favorites. I can't wait to show them off to my friends and family back home.
Well, B, I hope your first diving experience in the Great Barrier Reef was unforgettable. Maybe we'll dive together again someday.
That would be incredible. Thanks so much for sharing your expertise and passion for diving with me, A. You're an amazing instructor.
Hello and welcome to our show. Today we have with us the incredibly talented musician, B. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Thank you for having me on your show.
So, B, tell us a little bit about your music. What inspired you to start creating music?
Well, I've always loved music and I think it's such an amazing way to connect with people. I started playing guitar when I was a teenager and just fell in love with it. I started writing my own songs and things just sort of took off from there.
That's awesome. I think a lot of people can relate to that feeling of falling in love with music. Speaking of which, what are some of your favorite songs to play live?
Oh man, that's a tough one. I love playing all of my songs, but I think Sunshine is one that always gets the crowd going. It's just a really fun, upbeat song.
I can definitely see why. It's such a catchy tune. Now, I have to ask, what's the craziest thing that's ever happened to you on tour?
Laughs, oh wow, there have been so many crazy moments. One that comes to mind is when we were playing a show in a small town and the power went out in the middle of our set. We ended up finishing the show acoustically and the crowd loved it.
That's amazing. It just goes to show that sometimes the unexpected can lead to some really special moments. Well, thank you so much for joining us today, B. It's been a pleasure having you on the show.
Thank you for having me. It's been a blast.
Hey B, have you ever tried feijoada before?
No, I haven't. What is it?
It's a traditional Brazilian dish with black beans, pork, and beef. It's really tasty.
That sounds interesting. Is it spicy?
Not really. But it has a lot of flavors from the different types of meat and the beans.
That sounds really filling. Is it a meal on its own?
Definitely. It's usually served with white rice, collard greens, and orange slices.
Wow, that sounds like a feast. How do you even eat all of that?
It's not that hard. You just mix everything together on your plate and enjoy the flavors.
I bet it's a great comfort food during colder months.
Absolutely. It's perfect for warming up on a chilly day.
I've been meaning to try more international dishes. Where can I find feijoada in town?
There's a Brazilian restaurant downtown that serves it. We can go there and try it out.
Sounds like a plan. Let's go and have a feast.
I'm looking forward to it. Just make sure to come with an empty stomach. Hey B, how are you doing today?
Good, thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm doing well. It's always a good day when I get to bake delicious treats.
I couldn't agree more. And it's even better when I get to arrange beautiful flowers to go with them.
Yes, our teamwork really shines when we collaborate on a customer's order.
Definitely. Speaking of which, have you tried the new lavender cupcake recipe yet?
No, not yet. Is it any good?
It's amazing. I think we should make it a regular menu item.
Sounds like a plan. And maybe we can pair it with some of the fresh lavender you just got in for your arrangements.
That's a great idea. It'll be the perfect way to showcase our talents together.
I agree. Our customers are in for a real treat.
Speaking of customers, have you noticed how much they appreciate the little touches we add to their orders?
Absolutely. It's those personal touches that make all the difference.
Exactly. It's why I love working in this industry.
Me too. And it's always a bonus when we get to work with such high-quality ingredients and materials.
Yes, it's a privilege to be able to work with such beautiful flowers and delicious ingredients.
It really is. We're lucky to be doing what we love every day.
Agreed. And I'm glad I get to do it with you. Our teamwork is what makes it all possible.
Same here, B. I couldn't ask for a better collaborator.
Ah shucks, you're making me blush. But seriously, let's keep up the great work.
Definitely. Let's give our customers something to smile about every day. Hey, have you heard about the crazy idea our HR team has been discussing?
Crazy? I'm intrigued. What is it?
They want to use AI technology for hiring and managing employees.
Interesting. As an AI engineer, I'm all ears. What's your take on it?
Well, as a data scientist, I can see the potential benefits. With AI in recruitment, we'll be able to accurately match job requirements and skills of candidates.
Yes, and with AI and employee management, we can track employee performance in real time and provide personalized feedback.
But don't you think it would be a bit creepy for employees to know they're being monitored all the time?
That's a good point, but as long as the data is being used for improvement and not for punishment, I think it'll be fine.
I agree. Plus, it can make our jobs easier by automating certain processes.
Absolutely. And who knows, maybe AI can even predict who will be our best employee of the year.
Haha, that would be incredible. But let's not get ahead of ourselves.
Agreed. It's definitely worth exploring though. Our HR team may just have something here.
I agree. With our skills combined, we can make an awesome AI-powered HR system.
That's the spirit. Together, we can make Skynet, the HR department, run smoothly.
Haha, let's just stick with making the HR department run smoothly for now. Hi B. How's your day going so far?
Hey! It's going well, thanks. I'm feeling energized and ready to work out.
That's great to hear. Have you thought about what kind of exercises you want to focus on today?
Not really, I was hoping you could give me some ideas.
No problem. Well, since it's a sunny day outside, how about we start with some cardio on the treadmill and then move on to weightlifting?
That sounds like a good plan. I'm ready to break a sweat.
Perfect. Let's start with a gentle warm-up to get our muscles ready. Do some dynamic stretches, and then we'll hop on the treadmills.
Got it. Start stretching.
Watching bees form, good job. Make sure you're engaging your core and keeping your posture straight.
Laughs, thanks for keeping me on track. I don't want to hurt myself.
No problem. Puts on some high-energy music, alright, time to turn up the speed.
Starts jogging, wow, this is intense.
You're doing great. Keep it up for 5 more minutes, and then we'll head over to the weights.
Panting, I can do this.
Laughs, yes, you can. Looks at the weights, let's start with some shoulder presses.
Picks up the weights, these are heavier than I thought.
Spots B, don't worry, I'll be here to catch you if you need it.
Chuckles, thanks, hey. You're the best.
Smiling, anytime. Alright, let's do 3 sets of 8 and then we'll move on to bicep curls.
Looks determined, let's do it.
Wipe sweat off his forehead, that was a great session. You did really well today, B.
Smiling, thanks, hey. I couldn't have done it without you.
Laughs, I'm just here to help. See you next time. Hey B, I'm glad we finally get to work together on testing our company's software.
Yes, it's great to have you on board, hey. So, what are your thoughts on how we can ensure stability and safety in our software?
Well, I think one key element is running a variety of tests to catch any bugs or glitches before they go live.
That's definitely a good starting point. What kind of tests do you suggest?
We should do some functional testing to make sure all the features work properly, as well as integration testing to check that different components work together smoothly.
Absolutely. And don't forget about security testing. We need to safeguard our users' personal and financial information.
Right, we should check for vulnerabilities and make sure we have strong access controls in place. And speaking of security, have you seen the news about the guy who hacked into his ex's home security system?
No, that's crazy. But it just goes to show how important it is to prioritize security in our software.
Definitely. And finally, I think we need to test for usability. We want our software to be user-friendly and intuitive.
Yes, we want our users to have a positive experience with our platform. It's important to gather feedback from actual users and make improvements accordingly.
Exactly. All in all, I think a comprehensive testing strategy that covers functionality, integration, security, and usability will ensure we have a stable and safe software product.
I couldn't agree more. Thanks for your input, A. Let's get started on testing.
Hi, sweetie, what are you up to?
Hi, Mom. I want to try making a cake today. Can you help me out?
Of course, I'd be happy to help. What kind of cake do you want to make?
How about a red velvet cake? I love the color.
Sounds great. Do we have all the ingredients?
I believe so. I checked the pantry earlier. We have flour, sugar, cocoa powder, baking soda, and buttermilk.
Perfect. Let's get started then. You can measure out the ingredients while I preheat the oven.
Okay, let's do this.
Remember to sift the flour and cocoa powder before adding them to the mixture.
Got it, Mom. Do you want to add the eggs or should I?
You can add them one at a time while I mix the batter.
This is so exciting. I can't wait to taste it.
Me too, sweetie. The cake smells amazing already.
Can we add some cream cheese frosting on top, Mom?
Of course, that's always a yummy addition to a red velvet cake.
I'm so happy we're doing this together, Mom. It's like our own mini baking show.
Yes, it is. And we make a great team.
I love you, Mom.
I love you too, sweetie. And I'm so proud of you for wanting to learn how to bake. Good evening, welcome to our champagne restaurant. My name is Kevin and I'm the restaurant manager. How may I assist you?
Good evening, Kevin. My name is Chloe and I'm your server tonight. We heard great things about your champagne selection and your food. Can you recommend some dishes or wines for us?
Of course, Chloe. Our chef's special tonight is the beef Wellington with mushrooms and bell peppers, and it pairs perfectly with our Gaston Chiquet Brut Tradition champagne. It's a must-try.
That sounds delicious. We'll definitely have that. Can you also recommend a red wine that pairs well with it?
Absolutely. Our Chateau de Massalt Pinot Noir from Burgundy would be a great match for the beef Wellington. It has a smooth finish with fruity and earthy notes.
That Pinot Noir sounds amazing. We'll go for that too. What about dessert? Do you have any specialties?
Yes, we do. Our signature dessert is the champagne-infused sorbet. It's refreshing and has a subtle bubbly taste. It's perfect for summer nights.
We'll have to try that too. Kevin, your recommendations have been incredible. You're an expert in champagne and food pairing.
Thank you, Chloe. It's my pleasure to recommend the best experiences to our guests. I hope you enjoy your meal and your wine.
We're sure we will. Can you also tell us a bit more about the history of this champagne house?
Sure thing. Gaston Chiquet is a family-run champagne house that's been producing bubbles since 1746. Their vineyards are located in the heart of the Champagne region, with a focus on quality and tradition.
Wow, that's impressive. We'll definitely keep that in mind while we enjoy our dinner.
Absolutely, Chloe. Don't hesitate to ask any questions or for further recommendations. We're here to make your experience unforgettable.
Thank you, Kevin. You surely helped us have a memorable night.
Hey, B. How's it going?
Hey, A. It's going well. How about you?
Not too bad, I suppose. So, I've been thinking about the data processing for our Medical Research Institute.
Yeah, I've noticed it's been a bit slow lately. What's up?
Well, I think we need to streamline the process a bit. We're accumulating data like crazy, and our current system just can't handle it.
I agree, we're getting more and more data every day. So, what are you thinking?
I think we need to take a look at our database management system. It's possible that we need to optimize it for our specific needs.
Ah, okay. What do you suggest?
Well, we could start by taking a look at the queries we're running. Maybe we could improve the way that we're pulling data from our database.
Good call. What else?
We could also try upgrading our hardware. Perhaps investing in more memory or processing power could make a big difference.
Yeah, that's definitely worth looking into. Anything else?
Actually, yeah. I've been doing some research on data compression techniques. Maybe we could compress our data and store it in a more efficient way.
Interesting. Do you have any specific techniques in mind?
Yeah, I'm thinking we could use something like Huffman coding or Lempel-Zib-Welch.
Oh, I've heard of those. They can be pretty effective. Do you know how much it would cut down on storage space?
I'm not sure, but we can definitely look into it more.
Sounds like a plan. Let's get started on making some changes.
Absolutely. I'll get started on researching the best approach for our database management.
And I'll look into upgrading our hardware. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. Let's make some big improvements.
No problem, B. Let's work together to optimize our data processing. Hey B, have you been giving some thought to the UI design of the new product?
Yes, I have. I was thinking we should incorporate a lot of vibrant colors to really make it pop.
That's a good idea. But we also need to make sure the buttons and text are still easy to read.
Of course. I was thinking of using some bold fonts for important elements, but keeping the body text simple.
That sounds great. We should also consider the user experience. How can we make it easy and intuitive to navigate?
Maybe we could use some subtle animations to guide the user through the process.
That's a smart suggestion. We should also make sure it looks good on both desktop and mobile devices.
Absolutely. And speaking of mobile, have you considered the possibility of a responsive design?
Yes, we need to ensure it adjusts seamlessly to different screen sizes. And in terms of layout, should we use a grid system?
Yes, that's a good idea. It'll help keep everything organized and consistent.
What about images and graphics? How can we incorporate those into the design?
I was thinking we could add some illustrations or icons to break up the text and add some visual interest.
I like the sound of that. And what about the overall style? Do we want to go for a clean and minimalistic look or something more bold and colorful?
I was thinking we could strike a balance between the two. Choose simple and clean layouts, but add in some pops of color and texture.
That's a great suggestion. And how should we handle the call to action buttons?
We should make sure they stand out and catch the eye, maybe use a contrasting color or a bold font.
And finally, how can we incorporate feedback from users into our design?
Maybe we could add a feedback section and encourage users to submit their suggestions and opinions.
That's a great idea. With all of these elements in mind, I think we're on our way to creating a truly attractive and effective product interface. Hey B, have you heard about ISO 27001 cryptography?
Yeah, I have. It's a security control that involves encoding and decoding information, right?
Exactly. It's all about keeping information safe and secure.
Have you ever used cryptography before?
Not formally, but I do use a password manager to keep all my passwords safe.
Ah, that's a great use of cryptography. Do you know what kind of algorithms are commonly used in cryptography?
I think AES and RSA are pretty popular. Do you have any favorites?
Personally, I'm a fan of elliptic curve cryptography. It's a bit more complex, but it's also more efficient and secure.
Wow, I'm impressed. You must have studied this in depth.
Haha, yeah, I find it pretty fascinating. How about you? What interests you about cryptography?
Well, I think it's amazing how much we can do to protect our information with just a bit of encoding and decoding.
Yeah, it's like a secret code that only the intended recipients can understand.
Exactly. It makes me feel like a secret agent or something.
Haha, yeah, it definitely makes you feel like you're in the know.
Have you ever tried creating your own algorithms for cryptography?
Oh, no way. I'm not that skilled yet. What about you?
I wish. I can barely do basic coding, let alone create my own cryptographic algorithms.
Well, maybe one day we'll both be experts in cryptography.
Hey, if we keep learning and practicing, anything is possible. Hey, have you ever tried jerk chicken before?
No, I haven't. Is it good?
Oh, you're in for a treat. It's a Jamaican specialty, and it's usually a bit spicy and smoky.
Sounds interesting. What do they usually put in the marinade?
It's a mix of allspice, Scotch bonnet peppers, thyme, cinnamon, garlic, and ginger.
That sounds like an explosion of flavors. How do they cook it?
Traditionally, it's cooked over a pimento wood fire, but you can also grill it or bake it in the oven.
I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. Is it served with anything?
Yes, it's often served with rice and peas, or plantains. And don't forget to wash it down with some red stripe beer.
Yum, that sounds like a feast. Have you tried making it at home?
I have. It takes some time to marinate, but it's definitely worth it. And the smell when it's cooking is amazing.
I might have to give it a try myself. Thanks for telling me about jerk chicken.
No problem. Don't forget to have a cold drink ready when you try it, though. Those Scotch bonnet peppers can really light a fire in your mouth. Good morning, B. How are you doing today?
Hey. I'm doing well, thanks. How about you?
I'm just trying to stay sane in this busy market. How's the delivery going today?
It's been pretty steady. Lots of orders for meat and produce. What have you got cooking in the kitchen?
Oh, just a little bit of everything. Some barbecue ribs, tacos, and fried chicken.
My mouth is watering just thinking about it. Do you need any help loading up the truck?
That would be amazing, actually. I'm a little short-staffed in here today.
No problem, I'm happy to pitch in. Say, have you heard about that new sushi place opening up down the street?
Yeah, I have. I'm excited to try it out. Have you had good sushi before?
Oh yeah, I've been to some amazing places. I even tried blowfish once.
Wow, that sounds like an adventure. Well, let's get these crates loaded and I'll treat you to some sushi one of these days.
That sounds like a deal. Let's get to work.
Hey there. I'm a software engineer. I heard you're a natural language processing engineer, B.
Yeah, that's right. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too. So, do you have any ideas on how we can use NLP to improve customer service experience?
Well, one way is to use chatbots with NLP capabilities to handle frequently asked questions.
That's a great idea. We could configure them to respond to common queries like what's your return policy, or what's the status of my order.
Exactly, and we could also use sentiment analysis to identify when customers are unhappy and escalate the issue to human representatives.
I like that. It would give our customers quick solutions while providing additional support when they need it most.
Additionally, we could use NLP to analyze transcripts of customer service calls to detect patterns and improve our training for representatives.
Yes, that's a smart way to ensure our representatives are providing quality service for our customers.
And voice assistants are becoming more popular, so we could leverage NLP to improve the voice commands they understand and the responses they give.
Of course. It would make the experience more intuitive and satisfying for the customers.
Another way is to use NLP to personalize content for each customer based on their preferences and previous interactions with the company.
Oh, that's a cool use case. It would make customers feel like we really understand them and care about their experience.
Definitely, and with NLP we can also analyze customer feedback and reviews to identify areas of improvement and make data-driven decisions.
I couldn't agree more. It's a proactive way to optimize customer experience and satisfaction.
All in all, by leveraging the power of natural language processing, we can offer an enhanced and seamless customer experience that sets us apart from our competitors.
I think you summed it up perfectly. I'm excited to see how we can implement NLP in our customer service strategies.
Same here. It's always great to collaborate with a fellow engineer.
Absolutely. We should do this more often. Let's grab lunch and talk more about this sometime.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks for the chat, A.
My pleasure. Talk to you soon, B. Hey B, how's it going?
Good, thanks. How about you?
Not too bad, just trying to figure out how we can improve software quality.
Yes, that's always a challenge. Got any ideas so far?
Well, I thought we could start with some automated testing.
That's a great suggestion. We should also ensure that our code follows the best practices.
Agree. We should make sure our code is clean, well organized, and easy to maintain.
Definitely. And we need to make sure we're properly documenting everything.
Documenting is crucial to ensure future developers can understand the code.
Absolutely. And what about security?
Yes. We should definitely make sure our code is secure, free from vulnerabilities.
Great idea. We need to make sure we're following the security standards.
And what about user experience? Our software should be easy to use, right?
Yes, we should make sure we're following the usability guidelines. User experience is key.
I couldn't agree more. And what about performance? We don't want any lag times.
True. We should optimize our code for better performance.
And we should always be open to feedback from users to keep improving.
Yes, we should make sure we're always listening and improving our software.
Well, that's a lot of work, but it's worth it to have a high-quality software product, right?
Yes, definitely. It's better to put in the effort now than to have to deal with issues later.
Good evening. May I recommend a wine for you tonight?
Of course. What do you suggest?
I highly recommend the Tempranillo grape, which is frequently used in Rioja wines of Spain.
Sounds good. What dish would you pair it with?
Our steak with truffle butter would be a great match with that wine.
Speaking of steak, I just finished preparing our ribeye for tonight. It's marinated with paprika and garlic.
That sounds delicious. I think I need to try that.
You definitely should. I heard the wine you recommended goes perfectly with red meat.
You're right. This is making me hungry.
Me too. Our guests will be in for a real treat tonight.
Absolutely. And for dessert, might I suggest a glass of Moscatel paired with our chocolate mousse?
You got it. We definitely provide the best food and wine pairings in Madrid.
It's a great team effort between the kitchen and the wine cellar.
I couldn't agree more. Cheers to a successful night.
Cheers. Let's make sure our guests have an unforgettable dining experience. Hey B, have you heard about ISO 27001 compliance?
Yeah, I have. It's all about information security management system, right?
That's right. I've been reading up on it and it seems pretty interesting.
Definitely. It's becoming more and more important with all the cyber attacks going on these days.
Yeah, and it's not just for big corporations. Small companies are also vulnerable to cyber attacks.
Absolutely. So, have you been following the guidelines for compliance?
Yeah, I have. It's not an easy feat, but it's necessary for the safety of our information.
I could imagine. What kind of security measures have you implemented in your company?
We've implemented access control, regular security awareness training, and conducted regular risk assessments.
Sounds thorough. Have you considered getting certified for compliance?
Actually, I have. I think it would give our clients more confidence in us handling their sensitive information.
True. And it's also a good way to stand out from other companies.
Definitely. Plus, it shows that we take information security seriously.
For sure. I think I'm going to start looking more into ISO 27001 compliance myself.
Great idea. It's always good to stay informed about these things.
Absolutely. Thanks for explaining it to me, hey.
No problem, B. Always happy to talk about information security. Good morning. What brings you in today?
Hi. I've been feeling under the weather for the past few days.
All right, let's take a look. Have you been experiencing any specific symptoms?
Yes, I've had a headache and been feeling quite fatigued.
Okay, let me check your temperature and blood pressure. It looks like you have a slight fever.
That would explain why I've been feeling warmer than usual.
Yes, I'll prescribe you some medicine to help bring your temperature down. Make sure to drink plenty of fluids and get some rest.
Sounds good. Thank you, doctor.
Anytime. And remember, if you're not feeling better in a few days, come back and let us take another look.
Will do. By the way, have you been keeping up with any good TV shows lately?
Chuckles, actually, I just finished binge-watching a new series on Netflix. Have you heard of it?
No, what's it called?
It's called Stranger Things. It's set in the 80s and has a really cool sci-fi theme.
Nice. I'll have to check it out while I'm resting up. Thanks for the recommendation.
No problem at all. Take care and feel better soon. Good evening, welcome to our restaurant. How many people are in your party?
Hi there, just me tonight. Is it possible to sit by the window?
Of course, right this way. Here is your menu. May I suggest our special dish tonight, grilled lobster?
Wow, that sounds delicious. I'll definitely try that. Can I also have a glass of red wine, please?
Absolutely. Anything else I can assist you with?
Yes, may I have some bread while I wait for the lobster? And do you have any recommendations for appetizers?
Sure thing. Our garlic bread is always a popular choice. As for appetizers, our calamari is a hit with many customers.
Great, I'll take your recommendations. So, how long have you been working here?
I've been working here for about a year now. It's been a wonderful experience. I get to meet new guests every day.
That's really interesting. Do you have any funny stories with customers?
Actually, there was a time when a guest ordered an omelette but didn't want any eggs in it. It took some time for me to wrap my head around that one.
That's hilarious. I can't imagine having an omelet without eggs.
Yes, it was definitely one of the most memorable orders I've had. Here's your bread and wine, your appetizers, and your delicious grilled lobster dish. Enjoy your meal.
Thank you so much. This looks amazing. You've been a great help tonight.
You're welcome. I hope you have a wonderful evening. Feel free to let me know if you need anything else.
Will do. Thanks again.
No problem, it's my pleasure. Good morning. I'm glad you could make it to our rural medical center. I'm a village health worker and I work to ensure the health and wellness of our community.
Hi there. It's great to be here. I'm a public health specialist and I work on issues related to disease prevention and control in the broader area.
I'm excited to hear your thoughts on preventing contagious diseases in our area. We've had some concerns lately about potential outbreaks.
Definitely. One of the most important things we can do is to promote good hygiene practices such as regular hand washing, covering the mouth and nose when coughing or sneezing, and avoiding touching the face.
Yes, those are important habits to instill in our community. Another thing we need to think about is vaccination. What are your thoughts on this, as a public health expert?
Absolutely. Vaccines are a powerful tool in preventing infectious diseases. They can protect not only individuals but also the entire community by reducing the spread of the disease.
I'll make sure we communicate this message to everyone in our area. Oh, and one more thing, what can we do to prevent the spread of diseases from animals to humans? We do have a lot of livestock here.
Good question. Proper handling of animal products and washing hands thoroughly after contact is key to preventing zoonotic diseases. We also need to make sure animals are properly vaccinated and sick ones are isolated and treated promptly.
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you for all your insights, it's been helpful.
No problem at all. Remember, it's important to stay vigilant about disease prevention efforts and engage our community in the process.
Well said. I definitely agree, and I'm excited to put your suggestions into action here in our village.
It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I look forward to hearing more about the progress made in your community. Have a great day.
Thank you. You as well. Waves goodbye. Good morning, Mr. B. How are you enjoying Tokyo so far?
Good morning, A. Thank you for asking. Tokyo is absolutely fascinating. The culture, food, and people are all amazing.
I'm glad to hear that. So, are you excited about the meeting today?
Yes, I am. We have a lot to discuss regarding international trade and business development.
That's true. What have been some of the challenges your company has faced in expanding overseas?
Well, there are always language barriers and cultural differences to overcome. But with the right approach and understanding, those challenges can become opportunities for growth.
That's a great attitude to have. Speaking of language barriers, how is the translation going for you?
It's going well, thank you for your help. I appreciate your ability to seamlessly switch between English and Japanese.
Thank you, I try my best. So, what do you hope to accomplish during this meeting?
Ideally, we can establish some new partnerships with Japanese companies and explore opportunities in this market.
That sounds like a great goal. Between the sushi and sake, have you had a chance to explore Tokyo at all?
Yes, I have. I visited the Shibuya crossing and saw the famous Hachiko statue. And of course, I've been enjoying the local cuisine.
Fantastic. I hope you can explore more of the city after the meeting today.
Yes, me too. Thank you again for your help today, A. Your translation skills have been invaluable.
You're welcome, Mr. B. It's been a pleasure working with you. Good morning, B. How are you doing today?
Good morning, A. I'm doing great, thank you. How about you?
I'm doing well, thanks for asking. So, I wanted to talk to you about the project you're working on. How's it coming along?
It's going well. I've been able to make some good progress over the past few days.
That's great to hear. Is there anything I can do to help?
Actually, there's something. I'm having trouble with one of the software programs. Maybe you can give me some tips or tricks to make it easier.
Of course. I'd be happy to help. Why don't we schedule a time later this week to tackle that issue together?
That would be great. Thanks for your help.
No problem. And in the meantime, keep up the good work. I've been impressed with your attention to detail and hard work so far.
Thank you. I'm really enjoying this internship and learning a lot.
We're happy to have you here. Just remember to ask questions and don't hesitate to reach out if you need anything.
I will. And thanks again for your help and encouragement.
Anytime. Now, let's go grab some coffee and get to work. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Asakusa Temple, one of the most popular tourist destinations in Tokyo. My name is A, and I will be your tour bus driver today.
Hello, I'm B, your tour guide. Asakusa Temple is also known as Sensoji Temple and is the oldest temple in Tokyo, dating back to the 7th century.
Wow, that's interesting. Do you know why it is one of the most visited places in Tokyo?
Yes, Asakusa Temple is famous for its Nakamai shopping street, which has over 90 shops selling traditional Japanese souvenirs and food.
That sounds exciting. Can you tell us more about the temple's architecture?
Sure, Sensoji Temple has a beautiful, traditional Japanese style with a towering 5-story pagoda and a crimson-red main hall.
Amazing. What about the cultural significance of the temple?
Asakusa Temple is dedicated to the Buddhist goddess of mercy, Kannon, and is considered a holy site for pilgrims. It is also a popular destination for traditional festivals throughout the year.
It's good to know about the historical and cultural heritage of this temple. Thanks for your valuable information, B.
My pleasure, A. Now, let's explore this beautiful temple and enjoy the traditional atmosphere. Don't forget to try the famous senbei rice crackers from Nakamai's market.
Absolutely. Buckle up, everyone, we are reaching Asakusa Temple now. Have a wonderful time here, and I will be waiting for you at the bus park.
Thank you, A. It was a pleasure working with you. Have a great day.
Hey B, have you heard of ISO 27001 penetration testing?
Yeah, I have. Why are you asking?
Well, our company is thinking of implementing it. Do you think it's worth it?
Absolutely. It's a great way to test the security of our systems.
But I heard it's expensive. Do you think it's worth the investment?
It definitely is. The cost of a breach is much higher than the cost of implementing this testing.
That's true. Do you know any good companies that do this kind of testing?
Sure, I know a few. Have you heard of XYZ Security?
No, I haven't. Are they good?
They are. They have a lot of experience in this area and have helped many companies like ours.
That's great. How often should we do this testing?
It really depends on the frequency of changes in our systems. At minimum, we should do it annually.
I see. Is there anything else we need to consider before implementing this testing?
We should also look into compliance requirements and make sure we have all necessary documentation.
Good point. Do you know the difference between black box and white box testing?
Black box testing is when the tester has no knowledge of the system, while white box testing is when the tester has access to the system.
Got it. Which one do you think is better?
It really depends on the specific situation, but both can be useful in different ways.
Interesting. This is also new to me, but I'm glad we're having this discussion.
Me too. It's always good to stay informed about security measures.
Hi B, it's great to see you. Thanks for coming to our meeting today.
Of course, hey. What's on the agenda?
I wanted to discuss some business strategies with you. We've been having some trouble in the sales department recently.
Oh no, that's not good. What do you think we could do to improve?
Well, I was thinking we could start by implementing some new marketing techniques. Maybe we could try social media advertising or influencer partnerships.
That's a great idea, hey. I think we could also benefit from offering more promotions or discounts to attract new customers.
Yes, that's definitely something we should consider. Do you have any other ideas?
How about improving our customer service? If we can build stronger relationships with our existing customers, they might be more likely to refer their friends and family.
Excellent suggestion, B. I'll make sure to look into that.
Speaking of customers, have you considered expanding to a new market? Maybe we could target a younger audience or a different demographic.
That's a possibility, B. We'll have to do some research on that before making any decisions. Thank you for the input.
No problem, hey. I'm always happy to share my ideas.
I appreciate that, B. Let's work together to come up with some new and innovative strategies. I think as a team, we can overcome any obstacles.
Sounds like a plan, hey. Let's do it.
Hi there. I'm your driver for today. Where would you like to go?
Hi. Can you take me to the botanical gardens, please?
Sure thing. It's a beautiful spot. Have you been before?
No, this is actually my first time in Melbourne.
Oh, well then you're in for a treat. What brings you to our city?
I'm here for a conference on sustainable energy. How about you?
I drive for a private car service. It's a great way to meet people from all over the world.
That sounds really interesting. Have you had any famous passengers?
Well, I once drove a very famous football player. But I won't say who.
Oh, that's exciting. How long have you been driving for?
About 5 years now. I really enjoy it.
That's great. Do you like exploring the city yourself?
Definitely. Melbourne has so much to offer. From the food to the art to the sports, there's always something new to discover.
I've heard that the food here is amazing.
Oh, it definitely is. Have you tried any Australian cuisine yet?
Not yet, but I'm really looking forward to it. Any recommendations?
Well, you can't go wrong with trying some classic meat pies or fish and chips. And if you're feeling adventurous, you can try some kangaroo meat.
Kangaroo meat? That's definitely a unique suggestion.
It's actually quite delicious. And it's a lean protein, too. So it's a win-win.
I'll keep that in mind. Thanks for the tip.
No problem. We're almost at the gardens now. I hope you have a great time exploring.
Thank you so much for the ride and the conversation. It was really nice meeting you.
Likewise. Enjoy your stay in Melbourne. Hi there. Are you enjoying the forest scenery?
Oh yes, it's so beautiful. I'm just snapping away at everything I see.
That's great. Are you a photographer?
Not really, just a hobbyist. I love to capture nature's beauty whenever I travel.
Well, you're doing a fantastic job. What kind of camera are you using?
Thanks. It's a Sony A7 III with a 24 to 70mm lens. What about you? Do you have any tips for taking great nature shots?
Definitely. First, always try to capture natural lighting. Second, focus on the rule of thirds. And lastly, always be patient to wait for the perfect moment.
Wow, you really know your stuff. I'll definitely remember those tips.
Glad to help. Say, have you seen any interesting animals around here?
Yes, I saw a cute little wallaby hopping around earlier. It was adorable.
Wallabies are definitely a common sight around here. Have you ever tried taking photos of animals before?
Not really, I'm kind of intimidated to get too close. Any tips for that?
Safety always comes first, so never get too close to a wild animal. Just be patient and try to get a good zoom lens to capture them from a safe distance.
That's a great idea. Thanks for the advice.
My pleasure. Have you explored any other parts of Tasmania while you're here?
Yes, I did a hike at Cradle Mountain yesterday. It was tough, but the view was breathtaking.
Oh, nice. I've been planning to check that out myself. Any other recommendations for tourist spots?
You should definitely check out Freycinet National Park for some amazing beaches and wineries in the area.
Sounds like a plan. Thanks for the suggestion. How much longer will you be in Tasmania?
I'm leaving tomorrow, unfortunately. But I'll definitely come back again someday.
That's great to hear. Do you have any other travel plans lined up?
Yes, I'm heading to New Zealand next. I heard it's just as beautiful as Tasmania.
It definitely is. Well, safe travels to you and keep snapping those amazing photos.
Thanks, I will. Have a great day exploring the forest.
Good afternoon. May I help you find any book in particular?
Yes, please. I'm a teacher looking for some books on psychology and education.
Sure thing. We have plenty of books on those topics. Let me show you where they are located.
Thanks, that would be great. By the way, do you ever read any of the books in the library?
Of course, I love reading. I make it a point to read at least one book every month.
That's impressive. Any suggestions for a good read?
Well, have you read The Secret Life of Bees by Sue Monk Kidd? It's a heartwarming coming-of-age story with a strong feminist theme.
That sounds interesting. I'll make sure to check it out.
Another book I enjoyed recently is Educated by Tara Westover. It's a memoir about a woman who grew up in a strict and abusive household but managed to escape and obtain a PhD through sheer determination.
Wow, both books sound inspiring. Thanks for the recommendations.
My pleasure. Let me know if you need any further assistance.
Actually, while we're on the topic of books, what's the weirdest or funniest book you've come across here?
I would have to say it's The Zombie Survival Guide by Max Brooks. It's a tongue-in-cheek instruction manual on how to survive a zombie apocalypse.
That sounds hilarious. I might just have to read that for fun.
Definitely. It's a nice break from the serious stuff.
Well, thank you for your help and suggestions. I'll be sure to come back to this library for my future needs.
You're welcome. Happy reading. Hi there. It's great to meet you. I'm a farmer, and I'm really interested in finding ways to improve the profitability of our crops. I've been thinking about studying market demand, but I'm not sure where to start.
Hi. Nice to meet you too. I'm a market analyst, and I think your idea of studying market demand is a great start. To begin with, it's important to understand who your target audience is and their needs.
That's a good point. I think our target audience is mainly people who are health conscious and are looking for organic produce. Do you think that's a specific enough audience?
Definitely. In fact, you can narrow it down even further. It could be vegan consumers or fitness enthusiasts. The more specific you can get, the better you can tailor your product to their needs and the better your chances of making a profit.
That makes sense. How can I find out what their demand is? Is there any specific tool that I can use?
You can start by doing market research. There are online surveys that you can use to gather information about your target audience, such as their preferences, needs, and willingness to pay. You can also collect data from social media or focus groups.
That's really helpful. I'll definitely try those. I'm excited to see what I can learn. Do you have any other advice?
It's important to keep a close eye on the competition as well. See what they're doing and find ways to differentiate yourself from them. Also, never stop testing and improving your product. Continuously survey your market to see how you can improve your offering.
Thank you so much. Your advice has been invaluable. I'm definitely feeling more confident about our farming business. Good morning, B. Excited to be out here studying marine life today?
Absolutely, hey. The ocean is fascinating and there's always something new to learn about.
I couldn't agree more. Speaking of which, have you seen any interesting creatures lately?
Actually, I just spotted a pod of dolphins swimming alongside the boat earlier. It was such a cool experience.
Wow, that must have been amazing to witness. Have you ever swam with dolphins before?
I have, and it was such a memorable experience. They're such intelligent creatures and seem so curious about humans.
Yes, they definitely have a certain charm about them. But what about the less charming creatures? Have you ever come across a sea urchin or jellyfish?
Unfortunately, I have. I was stung by a jellyfish once and it was not a fun experience. But it was a good reminder to always be cautious and aware of my surroundings.
Definitely, safety should always be a top priority when studying marine life. But let's end on a positive note. What's been the highlight of your marine research career so far?
That's a tough question. But I think one of my favorite moments was getting to witness a group of sea turtles laying eggs on a secluded beach. It was an incredible sight to see.
Wow, I can only imagine. That's definitely a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Thanks for sharing, B, and here's to many more amazing moments in our research. Hi there, I'm a food flavorist. I'm here to help with the seasoning of your dishes.
Fantastic, I'm a chef and I'm always looking for ways to make my dishes more flavorful. Do you have any recommendations?
Of course. What kind of dishes are you making today?
I'm thinking about doing a salmon dish with a side of roasted vegetables.
For the salmon, I suggest trying a lemon dill seasoning. It pairs great with fish and brings out that tangy flavor.
That sounds perfect. And for the roasted vegetables?
For the vegetables, I recommend trying a simple garlic and herb seasoning. It's a classic flavor that never disappoints.
Awesome, I'll definitely use those seasonings. Do you have any recommendations for a dessert dish?
If you're looking for something unique, I suggest trying a cardamom and orange zest seasoning for a fruit salad. It's a refreshing and aromatic blend that will leave your guests wanting more.
That sounds incredible. I'll give it a try. Thank you so much for your help.
No problem at all. Always happy to assist a fellow food enthusiast. Have a great day and happy cooking. Welcome to our restaurant. Are you ready to indulge in a culinary adventure tonight?
Absolutely. I'm excited to try your signature dishes. What do you recommend?
Our seafood platter is quite popular. It features freshly caught prawns, lobster, and oysters.
That sounds heavenly. Can you prepare it with a spicy seasoning?
Of course, we can add some chili flakes to give it a kick. What about drinks? Would you like a cocktail or wine pairing?
Do you have any recommendations for wine?
Our sommelier suggests a light and crisp Sauvignon Blanc to complement the platter.
Sounds perfect. Can we also order some sides, like roasted vegetables and mashed potatoes?
Absolutely, we can add those sides to your order. Is there anything else I can assist you with?
How about dessert? What do you recommend for something sweet?
Our chocolate lava cake is a fan favorite, and it's a perfect way to end your meal on a sweet note.
Yum, I'm sold. Can we also make some modifications to the dessert, like adding a scoop of vanilla ice cream on top?
Sure thing, we can make that happen. Is there anything else I can help you with?
No, that's all for now. Thank you for your help.
It's my pleasure. I hope you enjoy your meal, and please don't hesitate to let us know if you need anything else. Hey there, B. How's it going?
Not too bad, eh? Just busy with implementing AI for smart city development.
Oh yeah, I heard about that project. How's it coming along?
It's going pretty well. We're developing algorithms to better manage traffic flow and reduce congestion.
That sounds interesting. How are you training the algorithms?
We're using machine learning techniques to analyze traffic patterns and adjust signals in real time.
That's pretty cool. Have you considered using AI to improve energy efficiency in buildings?
Actually, yes. We're also working on developing an intelligent building management system that optimizes energy usage based on occupancy.
Wow, sounds like you're really revolutionizing the way we think about city management.
Yes, it's exciting to see how AI can positively impact urban living.
Have you run into any challenges in this process?
Of course. We have to balance ethical considerations and privacy concerns with the benefits of AI.
That's definitely a challenge. How are you addressing those concerns?
We're being transparent about our data collection and usage policies and implementing strict security measures to protect personal information.
Excellent approach. What are some other areas you think AI could make an impact on in smart cities?
I think AI could revolutionize waste management and recycling, as well as improve public safety through predictive crime analysis.
Very interesting. It's impressive how powerful AI can be when used for good.
Absolutely. With great power comes great responsibility, as they say.
Well, it's been great chatting with you, B. Keep up the great work in AI for smart cities.
Thanks, A. Same to you in software engineering.
Good morning, Nurse B. How are you today?
Hi, Dr. A. I'm doing well, thank you. And you?
I'm good, thanks for asking. What brings you in today for your checkup?
Just the usual routine checkup. But if you find anything exciting, let me know.
Haha, I'll keep that in mind. So, how has your week been?
Busy, as always. But I did finally finish that book I've been meaning to read for weeks.
That's great. What book was it?
It was a murder mystery. Do you like reading?
I do. In fact, I just finished a psychological thriller last night.
Ooh, sounds intriguing. What was it about?
It was about a woman who wakes up with no memory of the last 10 years and realizes that her life is not what it seems.
Wow, that does sound intriguing. I might have to add that to my list.
Definitely worth the read. So, have you made any fun plans for the weekend?
Not yet, but I was thinking of trying out that new restaurant that just opened up.
Oh, the Italian place down the street? I've heard great things about their pasta.
Yes, that's the one. Maybe we should go for lunch one day?
Absolutely. I love Italian food. Let me know when you're free.
Sounds good, Dr. A. Thanks for being so friendly and making this checkup less daunting.
No problem, Nurse B. It's always nice to catch up and chat with colleagues. Have a good day. Hi B, how's it going?
Good, thanks. How about you?
Can't complain. So, what's new in the world of artificial intelligence?
Well, we're working on a project to use AI to discover new drugs.
That sounds really intriguing. How would that work exactly?
Essentially, we can use AI algorithms to analyze large datasets and identify potential new drug compounds. It's a lot faster and more efficient than traditional methods.
I see. And how does your role as an AI expert come into play?
My job is to help design and optimize those algorithms to make sure we're getting the best results possible.
That's fascinating. And what about my role as a data scientist?
As a data scientist, you'll be instrumental in cleaning and processing the data we'll be using to train our AI models. That's a crucial step in the process.
Got it. I'm looking forward to getting started on this project.
Me too. I think we're going to make some really exciting discoveries using AI in the pharmaceutical industry.
It's amazing how much technology is advancing these days.
Absolutely. And who knows what other breakthroughs we'll see in the years to come.
Hey B, have you heard about ISO 27001 compliance and vulnerability assessments?
Yeah, I sure have. It's a real party topic, isn't it?
Huh. Exactly. I once heard about a company that failed to detect a vulnerability and ended up getting their system hacked.
Ouch, that must have been a real buzzkill for them. But it's not all doom and gloom. I mean, who doesn't love a good vulnerability assessment?
Right? It's like trying to spot the flaws in your own security system, a real-life game of Where's Waldo?
Haha, I like that comparison. And it's not just about identifying weaknesses. It can actually help businesses identify opportunities for improvement.
Absolutely. It's like a spring cleaning for your IT systems. Who doesn't love a little bit of tidying up?
It's like getting a car service, but for your technology. You come out feeling all shiny and new.
Haha, that's a great analogy. And it's not just for businesses, even individuals should consider their own cybersecurity measures.
Exactly. I mean, just because you don't have a business to protect, it doesn't mean that your online data and personal information isn't valuable.
Right. It's like having a burglar alarm for your online life.
Haha, you're killing me with these comparisons. But in all seriousness, staying on top of ISO 27001 vulnerability is no laughing matter.
Absolutely. And it's great to see cybersecurity becoming more and more of a priority in today's world.
Definitely. Who knew keeping our data safe could be so much fun?
Hey B, how's it going today?
It's going pretty well, just trying to keep up with all the deliveries. How about you?
Same here, it's a busy day in the kitchen. What's on your delivery list today?
Let's see. I have some fresh seafood for the steakhouse down the street, a variety of cheeses for the Italian restaurant, and a few crates of avocados for the Mexican joint.
Sounds like a tasty lineup. I'm over here whipping up some barbecue pork ribs, mac and cheese, and cornbread muffins. What's your favorite type of cuisine to deliver?
Definitely sushi. I love the way it's presented and it always smells amazing.
I know what you mean. I'm a big fan of Thai food, myself. Have you ever tried the pad Thai from that one restaurant on Main Street?
Oh yeah, they make a killer pad thai. And their green curry is out of this world.
You're making me hungry just thinking about it. Hey, have you heard about that new food truck that's been parked by the park lately?
Yeah, I heard they're serving up some really unique dishes. I might have to check it out on my lunch break.
Same here. It's always fun trying something new. Speaking of which, have you ever had durian fruit?
Can't say that I have. Why do you ask?
I tried it for the first time last week and it was, let's just say interesting.
Interesting how?
It has a very strong smell and unique taste. Some people love it, others not so much. You should try it sometime and see for yourself.
I just might have to take you up on that challenge. Well, I better get back to my deliveries. See you around, eh?
Take care, B. Keep spreading those delicious meals all over town. Hi there, I'm A, the software engineer.
Hey A, I'm B, the DevOps engineer. How's it going?
Good, thanks. How about you?
Can't complain. So, I heard we need to work on automation of software deployment process for our new project.
That's correct. I was thinking we could use Jenkins for that.
That's a good choice. How about the CI/CD pipeline?
We could use GitLab for the pipeline. It's easy to use and has great features.
Makes sense. Do you have any concerns regarding security during deployment?
Yes, I was thinking we could use Vault to store our secrets and credentials.
Great idea. And for monitoring the deployment, we could use Grafana, right?
Yes, that's what I was thinking. So, we are on the same page.
Definitely. I think we'll need to make some changes in our infrastructure as well.
Agreed. We could automate the whole process with Ansible.
Perfect. And we'll need to write some test cases as well.
Yup, we can use Selenium for that.
Awesome. I can't wait to see this all in action.
Me too. I think this will make our lives so much easier.
Absolutely. We'll be able to deploy our changes in seconds instead of hours.
And we'll have more time to focus on developing new features or fixing bugs.
This will increase our productivity for sure. All right, let's get to work then.
Sounds good to me. Let's do this. Hi there. You must be the client I've been waiting for. I'm A, the designer.
Yes, that's me. Nice to meet you, A. I'm excited to see what you've come up with.
Great. We have a lot to cover, so let's dive in. What's the scope of your project?
Well, I'm looking for something modern and fresh for my new business. Something that will stand out.
Perfect. I have a few ideas, but let me know what you're thinking in terms of color schemes and fonts.
I like bold colors, but nothing too overwhelming. And for fonts, something clean and easy to read.
Got it. How do you feel about incorporating some graphics or images into the design?
That could be cool. I'm open to suggestions.
Wonderful. I also like to add a personal touch, so if there's anything you want to incorporate, like a specific image or phrase, let me know.
I'll have to think about that. Maybe my favorite quote.
Perfect. That sounds like a great idea. And if you need any other inspiration or ideas, let me know. I'm always happy to help.
Thanks, hey. I appreciate your help and expertise.
Of course, that's what I'm here for. Let's get started on some designs and see what catches your eye.
Sounds great. I'm excited to see what you come up with.
Hi there. Beautiful day in Tokyo, isn't it?
Yes, it is. Welcome to Asakusa Shrine, one of the most popular tourist spots in Tokyo.
Thank you. I'm a photographer and I heard that this place is perfect for taking some scenic shots.
You heard right. The unique blend of traditional Japanese architecture and modern buildings are great subjects for photography.
That sounds amazing. Can you show me some of the popular spots that tourists like to take photos of?
Sure. Let's start with the main hall, the towering gate, and the pair of massive lanterns that mark the entrance. Then, we can also go to the 5-story pagoda and the Nakamai shopping street.
Wow, sounds perfect. Can you give me some tips for capturing great photos in this location?
Of course. One of the most important things is to capture the right timing and lighting for that perfect image. It's crucial to avoid being too judgmental about the subjects, too. As for composition, you might want to try different angles and shooting positions.
Thanks for the tips. I'll keep them in mind. By the way, what do you think about the traditional Japanese costumes that some tourists wear for their photos?
The yumikata and kimono outfits are very popular with tourists, especially for those who want to capture a glimpse of Japan's culture and history in their photos. Would you like to try it out as well?
That sounds like fun. Maybe I'll try it out after taking some shots. How long have you been a translator here?
I've been working here at the Asakusa Shrine for about 5 years now. I enjoy meeting people from all over the world and learning about different cultures.
That's really cool. You must have a wealth of knowledge about the history and traditions of Asakusa.
Yes, it's one of the best things about working here. There's always something new to learn and explore, no matter how much I think I know about this place.
Well, that's definitely a great attitude to have. Thank you so much for showing me around and sharing your insights. Maybe we'll cross paths again sometime?
Absolutely. Don't hesitate to stop by if you're ever back in Tokyo. It was great meeting you, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your trip.
Hey, B. How's it going?
Good, thanks for asking. What brings you here today?
Well, I was thinking about how we could improve our manufacturing process.
Interesting. Are you thinking about integrating some robots into our operations?
Absolutely. I was hoping you could give me some insight on how we could use robot technology to streamline our production.
Well, there are many possibilities. We could use robots to do repetitive tasks that require precision, freeing up our employees to focus on more complex tasks.
That sounds promising. How about using robots to optimize our supply chain management?
Yes, we could definitely use robots to autonomously transport materials between different areas of the factory. It would save time and energy.
And what about quality control?
We could use robots to perform inspections on products, reducing the likelihood of human error.
Wow, I'm amazed at the possibilities. Where do we start?
First, we would need to identify the areas where robots would be most beneficial. Then, we would need to design and implement the robots and train our employees on how to work with them.
Well, I'm ready to get started. Let's make this factory more efficient than ever before.
Excellent. With our combined expertise, we're sure to succeed.
Hi, I'm a web designer. How can I help you with your travel application design?
Hey, great to meet you. I'm a software developer, and I'm trying to figure out the best way to design a trip planning feature that's both interactive and user-friendly.
That's a good question. Have you considered incorporating a drag-and-drop interface for the itinerary?
That's interesting. I think it could work. How would it work for adding details like transportation and accommodation?
We could have editable templates for commonly used transportation and accommodation options. Users could easily swap them in and out, or customize based on their specific trip needs.
I see what you're saying. What about adding in things like suggested activities and restaurants?
We could have a separate section with recommendations based on user preferences and location. It could also be integrated with a map function to give users an idea of where everything is located.
That's a great idea. I also want to make sure users can easily share their trip plans with others. What do you suggest for that?
We can add a sharing function where users can invite others to their trip and collaborate on the itinerary together. We could even add a comments section for feedback.
I love it. This is shaping up to be a really great feature. Thank you so much for your help.
My pleasure. Let's make sure to test it thoroughly to make sure it's as user-friendly as possible. And don't forget about mobile optimizations.
Absolutely. Thanks again for your help and looking forward to working together on this.
Hey B, how's it going? Are you ready to brainstorm some ideas for our new mobile app design project?
Hey, I'm doing well, and absolutely. I'm excited to get started. Do you have any initial thoughts on the app's functionality?
Yeah, I was thinking the app should have a clean and intuitive interface that allows users to easily navigate through the features.
That's a great start. I was thinking we could also incorporate some personalized features to the app, such as user preferences and saved searches.
I like that idea. What about the color palette and typography? Should we go for a modern or more traditional look?
I think we should aim for something modern and sleek. Maybe we could use bright, bold colors that are easy on the eyes and large, clear fonts.
Totally agree. How about the home screen? Should it be minimalistic, or should we showcase some of the app's features up front?
Personally, I think a minimalist approach would be best, with the option for users to easily access their favorite functions.
Good call. What about the app's functionality? Should we include a step-by-step tutorial for first-time users?
That's definitely a possibility, but we could also incorporate tooltips or pop-up messages for users as they navigate through the app.
That's a good point. And what about the login feature? Should we go for a traditional email/password login or incorporate social media logins?
I think both options should be available for users, depending on their preference. It's always nice to have options.
Agreed. And how about the search feature? Should it include predictive search or filtering options?
I think we should definitely include predictive search, as it can save users time and frustration. But filtering options are also important for refining search results.
That sounds good. And what about the overall flow of the app? Should it be linear or allow for nonlinear navigation?
I think we should aim for nonlinear navigation, as it allows for more freedom for the user to explore the app and find what they need.
Definitely. And what about notifications? Should we include push notifications for important updates or reminders?
Absolutely. Push notifications can be a useful tool to keep users engaged with the app and informed about any new updates or features.
Great idea. And how about feedback from users? Should we include a feedback form or options for ratings and reviews?
Those are both great options to include. User feedback is essential to improving the app's usability and overall success.
Agreed. It's important to prioritize the user experience in all aspects of the app's design. Thanks for your input, B. Let's get started on creating an awesome mobile app. Hey, have you started working on the database design yet?
Yeah, I've been doing some research and brainstorming. Do you have any suggestions?
Well, have you considered using a relational model or a NoSQL database?
I've looked into both, but I'm leaning towards a relational model for this project. It seems like it would be more efficient and better suited for our needs.
I agree. Have you thought about the tables and fields that we'll need to create?
Yes, I've started mapping out the table relationships and identifying the necessary fields for each table. I hope to have a solid draft by the end of the week.
Nice, that's great progress. Have you considered any security measures for the database?
Absolutely. I plan to implement user authentication and encryption to protect sensitive data.
Brilliant, that will definitely give our client peace of mind. Have you thought about scalability?
Yes, I plan to design the database with scalability in mind so that we can easily accommodate growth in data and users.
Excellent foresight. Have you encountered any challenges so far?
The main challenge has been ensuring data integrity and maintaining consistency throughout the database. But I have a few ideas to overcome this challenge.
That's great to hear. How about testing and debugging?
I plan to write comprehensive test cases and use debugging tools like breakpoints to identify and resolve any issues.
Perfect, that should minimize errors and improve the overall performance. When do you think we can present our draft to the client?
I'm aiming to have a presentable draft in 2 weeks, and then we can refine it based on client feedback.
Sounds like a solid plan. Can't wait to see the final product. Hey, have you seen the reviews for that new restaurant?
No, I haven't. Are they good?
Yeah, they're pretty great. The food looks amazing.
But sometimes, the pictures don't match the actual food.
True, but there are a lot of reviews and they all have pictures.
I guess I'll have to check it out myself.
Do you always read reviews before buying something?
Absolutely. I don't want to waste my money on something that doesn't work.
Yeah, but sometimes the reviews can be biased.
That's why I always read multiple reviews from different sources.
Good point. Have you ever left a bad review?
Only when it's warranted. I don't like leaving negative feedback, but sometimes it's necessary.
I understand. I usually just leave a neutral review.
Really? I always leave a positive review if I'm satisfied with the product or service.
I should do that too. It's only fair to let others know when something is good.
Exactly. I rely on reviews to make informed decisions, so I want to contribute to that process.
Well, I'll definitely leave a positive review for that restaurant after I try it out.
Great. Let me know how it goes.
Hi there, B. How was your day?
It was great, eh? I had a lot of fun experimenting with new cocktails for tonight's shift.
That's fantastic to hear. Which one is your favorite?
It's a tough call. I'm really excited about the Sand Sunset cocktail we crafted. It has a perfect balance of sweet and tart flavors.
Sounds amazing. I can't wait to try it. Have you had the chance to take in the breathtaking view of Marina Bay Sands from our bar yet?
Yes, the view is truly stunning. It completely transforms the experience of enjoying a cocktail.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more. Our patrons love the combination of our drinks and the view. Speaking of patrons, have you noticed any regulars tonight?
Yes, there's a group of businessmen who visit our bar at least once a week. They always seem to enjoy themselves and are great company.
That's wonderful to hear. We take pride in our customer service and making our patrons feel at home. It's so fulfilling to see our regulars come back and enjoy themselves.
Definitely, it makes all the hard work worth it. I can't wait to see what the night brings.
Me too, B. Let's make sure to offer our patrons the best experience possible. Time to shake things up and get mixing those cocktails. Hello there, how may I assist you today?
Hi, I am looking for some new shoes.
Great, we have a wide range of shoes displayed here. Which type do you want?
I need a comfortable shoe that I can wear all day.
Absolutely. May I suggest our latest sneakers? They are lightweight and perfect for long walks.
Can I try them on?
Of course, here they are. Please feel free to try them on and see how they feel.
Wow, these are really cushy. I feel like I am walking on clouds.
That's the beauty of them. They have air cushioning technology for extra comfort.
I am sold. Do you have them in my size?
Let me check. Yes, we have them in black, navy blue, and white. Which color do you prefer?
I think I will take the black ones.
Great choice. Is there anything else you would like to see while you're here?
Actually, I could use a new belt. Do you carry any?
Yes, we have a wide variety of belts in aisle 4. Let me show you.
Thank you for your help. I appreciate it.
No problem at all. It was my pleasure helping you find what you need. Good morning, B. It's great to see you here today at the building site.
Good morning, A. I must say, I'm impressed by the progress made on this project so far.
Thank you. We've been working hard to ensure that everything is going according to the plan.
Speaking of the plan, I've been giving it some thought and wanted to know your opinion on incorporating a rooftop garden. What are your thoughts on that?
I think it's a brilliant idea. It would be a great addition that not only provides a space for greenery but also a space for relaxation.
That was exactly what I was thinking. Besides, it would be great to have a space where I can show off my gardening skills to my friends.
Laughs, I'm sure they'll be impressed. We could even put in a small fountain to add to the ambience.
Fantastic idea. By the way, what would you say about having a rooftop bar as well?
Smiling, now, you have my attention. I think that's an excellent idea. It would be the perfect place to unwind after a hard day's work.
I'm glad you like the idea. With the rooftop garden and bar, I'm sure this project will attract a lot of attention from potential buyers.
Absolutely. Speaking of buyers, have you given any thought to the interior design of the space?
Yes, I have. In fact, I've been looking at some modern furniture designs that would blend well with the overall ambience we're trying to create.
That's amazing. I can't wait to see your ideas come to life in the finished product.
Likewise, hey. This project has been an exciting journey, and I'm glad I have you on my side.
Thank you. The feeling is mutual. If there's anything else you want to discuss, I'm all ears.
Let's save that for another day. For now, let's focus on bringing this project to completion.
Hey there, I'm the IT consultant here to talk to you about improving our e-commerce platform. Nice to meet you.
Hi, great to meet you too. I'm the software consultant assigned to this project. Let's get started.
So, what's the current status of our e-commerce platform?
It's functional, but it could definitely use some upgrades.
Agreed. We need to improve the user interface, ensure better security, and maybe even add some new features.
Yeah, the competition is always coming up with new innovations, so we need to stay ahead of the game.
Exactly. Do you have any specific recommendations?
Well, first things first, we need to analyze our users' behavior on the platform and see what they're really looking for.
Good point. We should also look into incorporating more user-friendly payment methods, like mobile wallets.
And let's not forget about mobile optimization. Our platform should be just as functional and user-friendly on mobile devices as it is on desktop.
Absolutely. We also need to ensure that our customer data is secure and compliant with all regulations.
Agreed. We can start by strengthening our encryption and access controls.
And what about customer support? Should we integrate a chatbot or improve our live support options?
Both options could work, but let's check with our users and see which they prefer.
Sounds good. And what about increasing our product offerings? Do you have any thoughts on that?
Well, we can look into adding related products and upselling options, but we need to make sure we're not overwhelming users with too many choices.
Great idea. We could also partner with other companies to offer exclusive deals and promotions.
Yeah, collaborations can definitely add some excitement and value to our platform.
This has been a productive discussion so far. We should start building a roadmap for these improvements.
Absolutely. With our combined expertise, we can create something truly outstanding that satisfies and delights our users.
Hi there. Would you like to join me for lunch?
Sure, I'd love some company.
This buffet looks amazing. I can't decide where to start.
Tell me about it. I think I'll have some sushi first.
That's a great idea. I might have some too. Have you been traveling for long?
Yeah, I've been on the road for a few weeks now. How about you?
Same here. It's been a great trip so far. Have you been to any standout places?
Definitely. The temples in Bangkok were incredible. And I highly recommend a hike in the mountains of Nepal.
Oh wow, I haven't made it to either of those yet. Thanks for the tips.
No problem. Have you had any memorable experiences on this trip?
Well, I did go skydiving for the first time in New Zealand. That's something I'll never forget.
That's amazing. You're braver than I am. I'm terrified of heights.
Haha, it was definitely a bit scary at first. But once I was up there, the view was incredible.
I bet it was. Maybe someday I'll work up the courage to try it too.
You should. It's definitely worth it.
Maybe after a few more meals at this buffet to give me some courage.
Haha, good plan. Let's eat. Hi B, thanks for meeting me today.
It's my pleasure, hey. So, what brings you here?
Well, I'm a journalist and I was hoping to learn more about your latest work.
Ah, I see. My latest project is a book on the psychology of animals.
Fascinating. Could you tell me more about it?
Sure, it's about how animals have emotional connections and complex thought processes, just like humans.
That sounds really interesting. Was there any particular animal that inspired you to write this book?
Actually, it was my pet dog. I was amazed by his reactions to different situations, and it made me realize that animals are more than just instinctual beings.
That's amazing. So, how long did it take you to write this book?
It took me about 2 years to research and write it, but it was a labor of love.
I can imagine. I've always been interested in animal psychology myself. Do you have any plans for other projects in the future?
Yes, I'm actually working on a children's book about animals and their unique personalities.
That sounds like a lot of fun. Do you have any tips for aspiring writers?
I would say to always follow your passion and don't be afraid to take risks. Writing can be a tough industry, but it's worth it if you truly love it.
Thank you for that advice. It was great speaking with you, B.
Thank you, A. It was a pleasure speaking with you too.
Hey B, what do you think about this neighborhood? Do you think it's safe?
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe. We don't get many reports of crimes around here.
That's good to hear. I was worried we might have a busy night tonight.
Nah, I think we're just here to make our presence known and deter any potential troublemakers.
You're right. It's always better to be proactive than reactive.
Exactly. Hey, do you remember that time we had to chase down that runaway bull down Main Street?
Oh man, that was quite a spectacle. I can't believe we actually caught it.
Yeah, that was definitely one for the books. I just hope we don't have any more animal escapades tonight.
Agreed. Although, I wouldn't mind if we stumbled upon a cute lost puppy or something.
Ha! You would be the one to want to save all the animals. But hey, if we do come across a stray, we'll make sure it finds a good home.
That's the spirit. Speaking of good deeds, have you heard about the community outreach event happening this weekend?
No, I haven't. What's it about?
The local schools are organizing a charity run to raise money for underprivileged students. They're looking for volunteers to help out.
That sounds like a great way to give back. Count me in.
Same here. It feels good to be able to make a positive impact in the community.
Absolutely. And on that note, let's keep patrolling and keeping our streets safe.
Hi there. I'm a data scientist. Nice to meet you, B.
Hi A. I'm B, a machine learning engineer. It's great to meet you too.
So, I heard that we're both interested in improving insurance claims processing. What kind of machine learning techniques are you thinking of using?
Well, I was thinking of using neural networks to classify claims and then use regression to predict the payouts.
That sounds like a good approach. But have you thought about using decision trees instead?
I haven't considered that. Could you explain more about the advantages of decision trees over neural networks for classification?
Sure. Decision trees are more interpretable, so it's easier to understand how a claim was classified. They're also more versatile since they can handle both categorical and continuous data.
I see. That could be useful for handling different types of claims. Are there any disadvantages to using decision trees?
One disadvantage is that they can easily overfit the data. But there are techniques to prevent overfitting, such as pruning and ensemble methods.
That's good to know. What about for predicting payouts? Would you still suggest using regression?
Yes, regression is a good choice for predicting payouts. But we could also use other techniques like Bayesian regression or support vector regression.
Interesting. I'll look into those options as well. How much data do you think we need to build an accurate model?
It really depends on the complexity of the model and the variability of the data. But generally, the more data we have, the better the model will be.
Got it. Do you have any suggestions for cleaning the data so that we can get more accurate results?
Yes, we should remove any outliers and missing values, and also normalize or standardize the data if needed. It's important to prepare the data properly to avoid bias or noise.
That makes sense. Thanks for the tips. How do you think we should evaluate the performance of our model?
We could use metrics like accuracy, precision, and recall for classification, and mean squared error or R-squared for regression. We should also use cross-validation to ensure that the model is generalizable.
Definitely. I think we have a good plan for improving the claims processing. Thanks for the great discussion, A.
No problem, B. It was great chatting with you. Let's stay in touch and see how our project progresses. Welcome to our vineyard, B. I'm excited for you to try our latest vintage.
Thanks for having me, A. I'm always up for trying new wines.
Let's start with our Chardonnay. It's a crisp and refreshing white wine with hints of citrus.
I could definitely taste the lemon and grapefruit notes. It's perfect for a warm summer day.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. Next up is our Pinot Noir. It's a light-bodied red with flavors of cherry and raspberry.
This is delicious, A. It would pair perfectly with a cheese platter.
Yes, it's one of our more versatile wines. Do you prefer red or white wines, B?
Honestly, I love them both. It just depends on the occasion and what I'm eating.
That's a great mindset. Our Cabernet Sauvignon is a full-bodied red with rich flavors of black cherry and vanilla.
Wow, this is definitely a special occasion wine. It would pair perfectly with a hearty steak.
Yes, it's a bold wine that can stand up to strong flavors. I'm glad you enjoyed it.
Thank you for the wonderful tour and wine tasting, A. Your expertise in winemaking is impressive.
It's my pleasure, B. I'm glad I could share the experience with you. Don't hesitate to visit again. Hey, have you ever tried meatloaf before?
Yeah, I have. It's actually one of my favorite comfort foods. How about you?
I haven't tried it yet, but I've heard a lot of good things about it. What makes meatloaf so special?
Well, it's basically a big loaf of meat mixed with breadcrumbs and other seasonings. You can add in whatever you like, such as onions, garlic, or even cheese. It's like a giant meatball but in a loaf shape.
Wow, I never thought of it like that. Is it difficult to cook?
Not at all. It's actually really simple. Just mix up your ingredients, put it all in a loaf pan, and bake it for about an hour. It's a great dish to make when you have company over because it's easy and feeds a lot of people.
That sounds amazing. What do you usually serve it with?
I like to serve it with some garlicky mashed potatoes and roasted vegetables on the side. It's such a hearty meal that's perfect for a cold winter day.
Yum, that sounds delicious. I might have to try making it myself sometime.
Definitely do. It's a classic dish that never gets old. Once you make it, you'll understand why so many people love it.
I'm excited to give it a try. Thanks for the recommendation.
Anytime. Let me know how it turns out when you make it. I'm sure you'll love it as much as I do.
Will do, thanks again. Hey B, have you heard about ISO 27001 Business Impact?
Yeah, I have. It's all about assessing the risks and impact of cyber attacks on a business, right?
That's right. And it's important because it helps companies be prepared for potential cyber threats.
I remember reading something about it saying that it's like having a fire alarm installed. You hope you never have to use it, but it's there just in case.
That's a great analogy. It's better to be safe than sorry, especially when it comes to data breaches.
Exactly. And it's not just for big companies. Even small businesses need to be aware of the risks and have an action plan in place.
Yep, everyone's a target these days, even my grandmother's small flower shop.
Ha! Your grandmother's flower shop must have some top secret stuff.
Oh, definitely, the secret ingredient to her bouquets is highly classified information.
Jokes aside, ISO 27001 Business Impact is all about protecting sensitive information and ensuring it's not compromised.
Absolutely. It's like having a shield to protect your business from cybercriminals.
And with the rise of cyber attacks, it's becoming more important than ever to have these measures in place.
You're right. It's better to be proactive and prepared than to be caught off guard.
Agreed. And it's good to know that companies are taking cyber threats seriously.
Yes, because at the end of the day, our data security should be a top priority. Hi there. What a beautiful day at the beach.
Yes, it is. I love coming here to relax and clear my head. Speaking of which, I have an upcoming art exhibition that needs a theme. Would you be interested in brainstorming with me?
Absolutely. I would love to contribute to your exhibition. What type of art are you exhibiting?
It's a mixed media exhibition featuring paintings, sculptures, and installations. I want to highlight the theme of transformation.
That's a great starting point. Transformation can mean so many different things. What are some aspects of transformation that you want to highlight?
Well, I was thinking about the natural world and how it embodies transformation, such as metamorphosis from a caterpillar to a butterfly.
That's a beautiful example. We can also explore transformation in culture, like how technology has transformed the way we communicate.
Yes, that's a great idea. And we can't forget about personal growth and transformation.
Absolutely. We can include pieces that explore self-discovery and personal evolution. And what about transformation in relationships?
Yes, that's another dimension we can delve into. How relationships between individuals, societies, and cultures undergo changes and evolve over time.
I love the idea of incorporating different aspects of transformation. It will make the exhibition more varied and engaging.
That's what I'm hoping for. I want people to come away with a new appreciation for the many forms of transformation.
Well, I definitely think you're on the right track. I can't wait to see how the exhibition turns out.
Thank you so much for your input. I really appreciate it. Let's toast to a successful exhibition at sunset tonight.
Hello there. Welcome to the Avalon Peninsula. I'm your local guide for the day, A.
Hi, nice to meet you. I'm excited to explore the Avalon Peninsula.
Great. We have a lot of interesting places to visit here. Our first stop is the Cape Spear Lighthouse. Have you heard about it?
Yes, I have. It's the oldest surviving lighthouse in Newfoundland, right?
Correct. You really did your homework. This lighthouse has helped many sailors navigate their way for over 200 years.
I'm glad that it's still standing today. I can't wait to see it up close.
Well, let's not waste time. We have a long day ahead of us. Our next stop is Signal Hill.
That sounds exciting. What's so special about Signal Hill?
Signal Hill is a National Historic Site where Marconi received his first transatlantic wireless message. It's also the site of the final battle of the 7 Years' War.
Wow, that's a lot of history. I can't wait to learn more about it.
After that, we're going to visit the rooms, the Provincial Museum of Newfoundland and Labrador.
Oh, that sounds interesting. What can we expect to see there?
You'll see exhibits about our natural history, Aboriginal culture, the fishing industry, and even art by local artists.
That sounds like an impressive collection. I'm looking forward to it.
For sure. We'll also take a walk around Quidi, a cute and cozy fishing village.
That sounds lovely. I've always wanted to explore a traditional fishing village.
Great. You'll love it here. We can also try some traditional fish and chips at one of the local restaurants.
Yum, that sounds delicious. I've heard Newfoundland has some of the best fish and chips.
Absolutely. You won't be disappointed. Then, we'll head over to the George Street District to experience the nightlife.
Fun. What kind of entertainment can we expect?
George Street is known for its bars, pubs, and live music. We can check out some local musicians, or just grab a pint of beer and enjoy the lively atmosphere.
Sounds like a great way to end the day. I can't wait to experience everything the Avalon Peninsula has to offer.
I'm glad you're excited. Let's get going and make the most of our day today. Hi there. I'm excited to try rock climbing on this beach. Can you believe it's my first time?
That's awesome. Climbing is a great way to challenge yourself and stay in shape. Let's get you geared up.
Thanks. This harness feels weird. Is it supposed to be this tight?
Yes, it needs to fit snugly to keep you safe. Now, let's start with some basic techniques. Watch me first.
Okay. Wow, you make it look effortless. I don't know if I can do this.
Don't worry, it's all about technique and practice. Here, put your left hand here and your right foot there. Now push off and reach for the next hold.
Oh no, I'm stuck. Can you come rescue me?
Of course. That's what I'm here for. But don't fret. This is common for beginners. Let me guide you through it.
Thanks, you're a great instructor. I think I'm starting to get the hang of it now.
You're doing great. And just remember, climbing is not just about the physical challenge. It's also about having fun and feeling empowered.
You're right. This feels amazing. Can we try going higher now?
Absolutely. Let's see how high we can go. Just let me know when you're ready for more of a challenge.
Bring it on. Let's conquer those rocks. Wow, this is an incredible view from up here.
I knew you could do it. And yes, the view is definitely breathtaking. Great job. Hey, keep up the good work.
Good morning. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I'm doing well, thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good too. So, what can I get for you?
I'd like a double shot of espresso, please.
Sure thing. How about some breakfast to go along with it?
That sounds great. What do you recommend?
Our breakfast menu is full of delicious options. Our Italian breakfast pasta is a must-try.
Italian breakfast pasta? I've never heard of that before. What's in it?
It's similar to a classic spaghetti carbonara, but we add some bacon and eggs to make it a little more breakfast-friendly.
Sounds interesting. I'll try it.
Great. I'll get that started for you. Is there anything else you want with it?
Just some water, please.
Coming right up. So, what brings you here today?
I'm just taking a quick break from work. I work at the bakery across the street.
Oh, nice. What kind of bread do you specialize in?
We make all sorts of bread, from sourdough to baguettes to cinnamon raisin.
Yum. I love a good cinnamon raisin bread.
Me too, it's one of our best sellers.
I'll have to come by and try it sometime. Here's your espresso and pasta. Enjoy.
Thank you so much. This looks amazing.
No problem, enjoy your break. Hi there, I'm a psychologist. What brings you to the park today?
Hey, I'm an educator, just trying to catch some fresh air between lesson plans.
That's a great idea. Speaking of education, what do you think is the biggest challenge we face in terms of children's mental health today?
Definitely the pressure to succeed. It seems like every kid has to be a prodigy at something these days.
Yes, it can be tough to balance the desire for achievement with maintaining good mental health. How do you address that in your classroom?
I try to emphasize that making mistakes is a necessary part of learning and that every person has their unique strengths and weaknesses. How about you?
Absolutely. I encourage parents to value their children's efforts rather than focusing solely on grades or accomplishments.
That sounds like a great philosophy. Do you have any tips for parents on how they can help promote their child's mental health?
Sure. Encouraging outdoor play, setting aside dedicated family time, and keeping open lines of communication are just a few ways.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's important to create a safe and trusting environment where children feel comfortable talking about their emotions.
Absolutely, nurturing emotional intelligence is so important. It's always refreshing having a conversation with someone who understands the importance of education and mental health.
Agreed. Let's enjoy the rest of our day at the park. Thanks for the enlightening chat.
Of course, pleasure meeting you. Have a great day. Hey there, welcome to the Gold Coast. I'm your surfing instructor for the day. What's your name?
Hi, I'm a travel photographer. I just wanted to capture some cool shots while I'm here.
That's awesome. Sounds like fun. Are you planning on trying surfing too?
Actually, I'm not too good at it. I tried once and nearly drowned.
Oh, don't worry about that. I'll make sure you're safe and enjoying yourself out there.
All right, let's give it a go.
Great. So first off, let's go through the safety rules and gear. You'll need a wetsuit, a board, and a leash.
Okay, got it. So how do I stand up on the board?
It's all about balance and timing. Lie on your stomach on the board with your hands on either side, then pop up quickly to a crouching position as the wave approaches.
Wow, that sounds tricky.
It takes some practice, but you'll get the hang of it. And don't worry, I'll be right next to you the whole time.
All right, let's do this. I think I'm getting the hang of it. And the view from out here is amazing.
Yes, the Gold Coast has some of the best surf in the world. And you're doing great.
Thanks, it's so much fun.
All right, let's call it a day. How did you enjoy your experience?
It was fantastic. I got some great shots and learned some new skills.
Glad to hear that. Don't forget to share your photos with us on social media.
I will. And thanks for being such a great instructor.
No worries, anytime. And who knows, maybe we'll see you on the pro circuit someday.
Haha, let's not get ahead of ourselves. But I definitely wouldn't say no to another lesson.
Awesome, we'll make sure to give you a discount as a returning customer.